And we are back, guys. Well, I'd like to firstly start and say thank you for everyone who did come through the streams that we had during the day. We had a different format during the day because due to work, we've just automatically scheduled that the games will be shown to you guys via our website. That's right on the screen right now with the live commentary of the games that are happening. But now for the evening game, the 21 hours game, we're gonna be me and Mr. Mwamba are always going to be here for those streams. So for all those that are new to Afrik football, remember that we're going to be doing these live watch alongs for 21 hours matches until we get out of the group stages. During the day, you can still come in and jump onto Afrik football, and we'll have more fun stuff coming out for you. So all the three games of today were covered, and what we did is basically we gave you a live commentary with a touchpad map of what was happening in the game. So I'll be waiting for someone to join me, but today we have a very different and special type of video. We to be more interactive with the fans, we've decided that we're gonna bring in a new game called our prediction game. It's gonna be coming on the screen right now. So if all those who are seeing it on the screen, this is our prediction game. And the premise of our prediction game is quite simple. The fans will have a chance to get a prediction in there, but ultimately it's gonna be a duel between me and Mr. Mwamba for the prediction game. In this prediction game, I'm gonna be giving you what we think are most likely cases to happen, but there is a twist to this game. The twist to this game, the prediction checklist, is that me and Mr. Wamba are going to score each other with the help of you, the fans. We're going to be scoring each other at the end of the game. So Mr. Wamba says that Canada to score first to get the first goal. And he also states that Belgium will score 3 goals in the second half, with KDB having an assist as his third prediction and Alfonso Davis getting a goal. While I say Alfonso Davis to get an assist, Belgium is to score a header, Canada is to get 5 yellow cards in this game, and Canada to score first. So the main reason why we're going to be having this prediction and checklist type of game is that we're going to score each other at the end of the game, and you guys are allowed to come in and give your fan prediction. We have a whole second segment where the fans will have a prediction and Mr. Wamba is in the building. So Mr. Wamba, I was explaining to the people who are going to be watching this game. And today, apart from having
Exactly.
the normal conversation that we do have, we're going to have a prediction checklist. So at the end of this whole World Cup tournament, we're going to tally up all our predictions. And once the predictions are tallied up, the loser will have to get the winner a jersey of their choice. That is the premise of this video. So if you're lucky, you as a fan might be able to actually get that jersey if we decide that we want to give a fan who's been very loyal and has been making predictions. So all you have to do, we're going to walk through the instructions time and again, is that you need to show us your prediction. So Mr. Wamba, as I'll be writing a comment, I need you to go on and look at the starting lineups. We can talk about the starting lineups. We have the starting lineups up on screen. It's Belgium versus Canada, the game of the night. Yeah, do go
Yeah. So
ahead.
looking at the two starting 11s, I'm actually shocked Belgium are starting Michi Batshuayi today because I thought they'd probably play Lukaku, but he's injured, I'm assuming. So they've
Mhm.
decided to start Batshuayi, but I'm okay with the front three of Hazard, KDB, and Batshuayi, and the midfield of Talisman, Axel Witsel, Carrasco, and Castan from Leicester City. I think Carrasco and Castan will be working as wing backs who will probably help in defense, and they'll be probably throwing in the crosses for Batshuayi. But I'm not a fan of the back three. I feel it's full of old tired legs, Alderweireld, Ventogen, and Dendoka. It doesn't seem like that defense that you want to use at the World Cup in 2022. Like these guys are all tired players, and for the Canada team, the player to probably look out for most people is Alfonso Davis, and I'm actually shocked today he's playing in a front three. They're probably doing a David Alaba on us where you get to make your best player play somewhere in front, so as that player can actually get goals.
All right, so yeah, I am looking at this squad and at the beginning, and when the Canadian squad was announced, there was lots of outcry from the public asking why is Alfonso Davis being put up front. Well, when it comes to Canada, right, Alfonso Davis does actually play up front. As you've said, David Alaba has the same scenario. Alfonso Davis started his career off as a striker, but as he transitioned to Europe, that's when he got relegated and started playing as a wing back. But when he goes back to his national team, Canada, he does go up and he's played as an attacker and he's played as a winger as well. So that is the one thing that I have to say about David Alaba. So next thing, about Alfonso Davies. Sorry, I like David Alaba a lot for Austria. But yeah, moving on to the Belgium squad, I have the same inclination stating that why is Michi Batshuayi starting in this game, and we're gonna look at the substitutes bench to find out what is happening with Lukaku. I'm assuming Lukaku isn't in. He hasn't even made the substitutes bench. So yep, there is Lukaku is injured with a tendon injury for a few weeks. That is the reason Lukaku isn't starting in this game. So now that we have that question answered, I'm just going to be reading through this whole team. I think Axel Witzel for me is usually my star man. If he does play well and does get a grip on this defense, Axel Witzel
Hmm.
is the main man of this team. He is the heart, the engine of this team. If you remember him at Borussia Dortmund, he was very good as a player, and I believe in this team he might actually be the other heart of the team. I know Eden Hazard is their captain, but his form has been very poor at Real Madrid. He barely gets any game time. But I'm assuming for the national team, things are different. People activate, and I hope he does activate. So we'll be going through again. Well, I guess who else am I supposed to okay. Also, I would have to also make mention of Courtois, who is in goals for, of course, Belgium,
Belgium,
former Chelsea, former Real Madrid, oh well, with Real Madrid currently. Courtois is one of the finest keepers on the planet. I'm assuming, according to the
definitely.
English or British media, he's one of the finest keeper on the planet, but he is flanked at the back with Vertonghen, and then Donker. All those are actually some of the talents we've seen in the Premier League or we've seen across Europe. This Belgium squad is a very good squad. I see why it's ranked second on the world stage because, honestly speaking, Carrasco, Atletico Madrid, very good. It's Carrasco with Atletico Madrid. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
and one
Carrasco is back at Atletico Madrid. He left China recently. One other player I'd have probably wanted to start this game is Doku.
De Bruyne.
They're actually playing the yeah, they're actually playing the same position as Carrasco. I remember seeing him at the Euros, and
Mm-hmm,
he was one of those players who just brought in the flair. Or better
mm-hmm.
still, because he plays in the French league. He's 20. He's a youngster, but he's one of those very very good youngsters. So I thought probably they'd start Eden Hazard up front since Lukaku is injured and Doku plays off where Hazard is playing. But it seems like Martinez had other plans in mind. And also for the Canada team, another player to look out for is Jonathan David. He plays
Mm-hmm.
for Lille in France. He's also one of the deadly guys, and this season he's been playing quite a number of games for the French side.
No, I understand that. I also forgot while looking at this Belgium squad, I got so starstruck that I actually forgot to talk about the true main man of this Belgium squad, Kevin De Bruyne. Mr. Mwamba, you've seen Kevin De Bruyne in the Premier League. You've seen Kevin De Bruyne play for many years, and this man is pure talent. What do you have to say about Kevin De Bruyne? And I saw that you didn't speak about Kevin De Bruyne, so I'd like to hear your comments on Kevin De Bruyne.
KDB is one of those players that you probably keep in your fantasy team every week if you're a Premier League fan. He might have bad form for 3 weeks and he'll just come in and get 3 assists and maybe 2 goals, and he'll recover all the points you'd have lost in previous weeks. So for me, when I sit down and I look at the KDB situation, I feel he's probably that player that Germany needs to, or rather that Belgium needs to win the World Cup. So KDB for me is a player that will probably not perform at his level best in the group stage because of the fatigue. It's catching up with most big teams. But if the tournament goes on and on, I feel KDB might play a very vital role if Belgium have to win this tournament.
All right, now that we've looked at the starting lineups, we're going to go back to our new game that we're going to be playing to make this World Cup quite entertaining between me and Mr. Mwamba, and giving you, the fans, a chance of probably winning a jersey or featuring in one of our videos, depending on how this prediction game goes. So, the basic premise of the prediction game, I'm going to basically again drop it to you guys. We'll probably be doing videos before the game so that we know what our predictions and checklist is, but we're going to be looking at what exactly our predictions are, me and Mr. Mwamba. Mr. Mwamba, I know you said that Canada is to score the first goal. Well, who did I say is gonna score the first goal? I said Canada to score first as well, right? That was my prediction generally. I can see.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I actually even didn't see your predictions prior to me making my predictions. So I'm
now that
actually
is true.
shocked we've all gone. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
actually
so the
shocked
premise,
with
guys, for
with
all those who are joining us, is that the the person with the most ridiculous prediction that goes through gets a point. So the harder the prediction, the more points you get. So we're gonna have the best prediction gets 3 points. If we have the similar prediction like the way we have Canada to score first, it's gonna be a draw. So we're gonna get basically 1 point. So that's how it's going to be. So we're gonna look out through all these and we're gonna tally them up at the end of the video, and we're going to be deciding with you, the fans' input, which prediction was more unplausible. And if a prediction is wrong, you get a 0 point. So the best prediction that was almost spot on gets 3 points. A prediction that was probably very easy to predict is probably gonna get 2 points, and it's gonna get 1 point. And the prediction that we both predicted is gonna get 2 points if it happens. So I'm assuming that is the premise. Is that fine with you, Mr. Mwamba?
yeah, the rules of the game make sense, and I'm looking forward to this game throughout the World Cup tournament because I feel somebody's going to win a jersey at the end of the day, and who doesn't like winning? So you, the people, the community of Afrik football, make sure you subscribe, you like, and you share the content because we're all about winning at Afrik football.
Definitely, guys, are all about winning African football. So as we are doing this, those are there. You can walk us through your predictions, Mr. Mwamba, as I put up a poll for everyone who's coming through the video to be able to watch.
All right, so when I look at my predictions, the first prediction is Canada to score the first goal. It seems like the underdogs at this World Cup have actually been playing well, so I feel maybe Belgium might start a bit slow. And looking at them having three tired defenders, I see maybe Alfonso Davis trying to attack the wing that Castagna is at, and Castagna is not the best guy defensively, and it's Castagna and Dendonka there, so I see Alfonso Davis actually doing something. So, and my fourth prediction is Alfonso Davis score. He's playing a front three, and as I explained, the defenders are not the best guys around. So no wonder those two finishes go together. So I see Alfonso Davis actually scoring the first goal. The second prediction is Belgium to score 3 goals in this game. I see Belgium winning this game. So 3 goals in second half. I feel that's a wild prediction because who scores 3 goals in the second half? But I see the
Definitely,
Belgium
if that
team
goes
actually.
through, we're definitely going to give you all the 3 points because okay. So before we do the go very far, we choose one prediction that we think is out of sorts. That if it does happen, it's an automatic 3 points. And for me, I'll probably choose Belgium to score 3 goals in the second half. If that prediction goes through, definitely I'm going to give you all 3 points. And when we do our scoring at the end of this video, you'll get those 3 points. On my side, I see Alfonso Davis to get an assist. I see Belgium to score a header. I know most of the Belgium players aren't very tall, particularly the attacking front. That's why I said Belgium to score a header is one of those unlikely predictions for me. And another one is Canada to get 5 yellow cards in this game. The team is made up of 11 players. If they get 5 yellow cards, it means half the team would have gotten a yellow card. And lastly, I said Canada to score first. So me and Mr. Wamba have got one prediction that is similar, Canada to score first, but the rest are all different. So it's gonna be up to you, the fans, to write and give us your predictions in this game. Like, do let us know what your predictions of this game are. But yeah, Mr. Wamba, we still have time so we can discuss more of the Belgium so more of the starting lineups. Then we'll move on to our prediction just slightly before the game does start. So back to these. So we're going to look at their form. Anything on their form that you can say, seeing that that is their form, they're probably quite even form wise. But what do you think of the opposition that both teams have played?
I feel Belgium are coming into this game with a really tough defeat at the back of Egypt because I remember Trezeguet got a go, Mohamed Trezeguet got a go against them with a nice assist for Mo Salah, and the other game they played before the Egypt game that they lost 2-1 was the Netherlands game, and they also
Mm.
lost there. So I feel Belgium are not playing as we expect Belgium to play, but I still see them actually getting past Canada easily because Canada beat Japan, and Japan today made a statement by beating Germany. But I don't think upsets will happen twice today. It's not the kind of the day. So I'm still going with Belgium to win. But in terms of form, I know Canada is coming in with better form currently, but I still fancy Belgium winning.
Looking at you right now and the drink I'm having, my Coca Cola. I don't know if you can see right here the team that is here. This team Germany, the losers of the day, the biggest shocker of the day. And I know, Mr. Mwamba, a German fan. I can see that's why you're very humble in this video because clearly Germany was humbled today by the Japanese. And if you know an amazing fact about that Japanese jersey that they had today, that Japanese jersey was designed by the a mangaka who is the creator of a manga comic. He's the one who actually basically created that jersey for them. There's an anime called Blue is it Blue Soccer? That's the anime that
Mhm.
is inspired for that jersey. So you guys were beaten by a jersey of guys created by a guy who draws anime and does manga, and you guys got your your back handed to you. Germany, what was that even about? You guys started out fresh the gate, then you got walloped. Then I'm just from looking at Spain, and I'm like, Spain did not have any Messi on Costa Rica. They beat them 7-0. What was that even about?
Uh, I looked at the German game. I didn't watch the full game, to be honest. But then the first half, Germany were outplaying Japan. Japan didn't look like a team that were about to score. And Gundogan got his penalty. It went in. Kai Havertz got a goal disallowed, so it was pretty sad. But second half, it seems like Japan just came out all guns blazing, and we couldn't contain them as Germany, and they got their 2 goals. And from there, we just never looked like the same team. We couldn't even string a few passes together. So some of the talking points in that game are, why did Hansi Flick start Kai Havertz as a top man? Because we've clearly seen it at Chelsea that Havertz is not a good top man. So maybe coming into the next game, Hansi Flick should consider not playing Havertz as the guy at the front, because Havertz
Mhm,
had over a million chances that he couldn't convert
mhm, mhm. I'm
or score.
assuming you
Yeah,
guys have lost power there.
exactly. We have.
Yo, you guys are suffering out there, but no, you can still accompany us because this is the live stream and watch along, and you'll be able to see what is going on. Biggest question is,
Definitely.
on the German front, I'm assuming you guys still have hope that you're gonna make it out of this group, which is very you can still make it, but it was very embarrassing to see how you guys were defeated. But overall, I like the way Japan played. They're very cohesive as a team, and I believe during that team halftime team talk, they had a stand talking by their coach, which definitely gave them the inspiration to come out and play as they played in that game. But overall, as you are trying to get your affairs in order, Mr. Mwamba, I'll be going back to
Hmm.
looking at the predictions because we still have about 12 minutes. So, guys, all those who are new to African football, this is a new prediction checklist that we're going to be playing. It's a game. It's going to have a provision for the fans to actually give us a prediction. But ultimately, me and Mr. Mwamba are going to be scoring each other towards the end of this game. So, we give our predictions before the
Definitely.
game starts. The 21 hours game. Before the 21 hours game starts, we'll be giving our predictions. And the predictions for 21 hours game are the ones that we're going to base our scoring on. So, as we say, the best prediction where one person, of course, between me and Mr. Mwamba, I'll look at Mr. Mwamba's prediction and say, if this prediction does go through, I'll definitely give you
Hmm.
3 points. Every other prediction that's correct is a 2 point. And if we have the same prediction and that prediction is correct, we're only going to get 1 point because it is a draw. Those are the rules. I know the rules seem to be like they're changing every time I speak about them, but those are the solid rules because this is a new game and we want you as the fans to come in and interact with us. And the stakes of this competition is that at the end of this competition, the winner is going to get either a jersey, and if it's a fan who does win, you're going to get
Hmm.
an appearance on Afro Football. You get to be with us, even in the very last game. You get to be with us, and we can have that
Definitely.
discussion of how it's being played. But yeah, Mr. Wamba, I know you don't have power there, but ultimately, that is how our prediction game is going to be. How do you feel about this prediction game? Do you think you're going to beat me in this prediction game? I think that's the question I should be asking
I
you.
the same way I probably beat you at FIFA at or every day when we meet is probably the same way I'll beat you in this game. So it's a game worth playing, like it's me winning over and over again. But yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a tough game throughout the
Mhm,
World Cup period, and all 64 games have to be played, and we have to predict pretty much in every single game. So I for one probably will beat you, because I'll be a bit dangerous as I play in
mhm,
this game, but I want to be a bit more reserved.
mhm. No, no, I can see. Sorry, let me just read through a comment. It says Belgium. 2, Canada 0. Whoa, that's a bold prediction by BC Games. We'd like to see that. We're gonna add this prediction of yours, Mr. BC Games, in our fan prediction. So, guys, all those who are coming to the stream, for you to stand a chance to either win a jersey or a spot on Afrik football at the end of this World Cup, you can basically give us a prediction for this game. So we have given you predictions on the screen. We have tried not to predict what the game outline, the score is going to be, but we've tried to predict some instances that are going to happen in the game, because if you do have instances that are going to happen in the game, it really does create more of an oracle nest, and this is what a live stream and watch along is supposed to be about. It's about predictions
Exactly.
and predictions that you can use to bet on. So if you're enjoying this content, remember to like and subscribe. We are just about 7 people to get to 11,000 subscribers. So if everyone in the stream right now just liked and subscribed, would get to 11,000 subscribers. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to Afro Football. Mr. Wamba, anything else you'd like to say to us?
You know, as this game is about to start, oh, firstly, I have to comment about Mr. BC Games' comment of he thinks Belgium 2, Canada 0. I feel it's a bit harsh on Canada's side because I see Canada scoring in this game. I know most people watched the Spain Costa Rica game and thought, well, North American teams are not good. But then Costa Rica actually had it hard to qualify for the World Cup because US finished third, Canada were
Mhm,
first, Mexico
mhm,
second, and
mhm,
Costa Rica finished fourth. So they had to actually pass through the playoffs before they made it to the World Cup. So they
mhm,
haven't been good really. They depend on a goalkeeper. So probably if
mhm,
Keylor Navas doesn't get goals, of which he shouldn't be scoring anyway. Yeah, okay,
mhm,
Joel Campbell, and a few other good players they have, but those guys are not good enough. And I feel they're now like tired legs because we saw them at the 2014 World Cup.
mhm,
They rain so much there that they finished first in the group of death, and it's
mhm,
it's like they've never recovered since.
mhm,
So I honestly feel Canada, being the team that finished first in the CONCACAF, should
mhm.
actually give Belgium a good game and probably get a few goals.
I know I hear you, Mr. Mwamba, but I would like to mention, guys, Zambia is in the building. Our referee, Mr. Janis Kazwe, is at the helm of this. I know most of you know him because
Oh,
he
come
ended the
on.
game
I,
at
I,
85th minute, but Zambia is finally in the stadium. And for me, I'm supporting the referee today. That's why I haven't given any prediction. No prediction has been given by me because, of course, Mr. Janis Kazwe, the referee, is going to be in this game. Mr. Mwamba, talk up. I know, guys, it's weird to support a referee in the game, but guys, you don't know how great this is. A Zambian at the World Cup. Mr. We'll talk about that.
we're definitely happy we're having a Zambian at the World Cup. He's probably the only representation we're having at this World Cup. So we probably hope and maybe pray that he has a good game here so as maybe he could referee the final and just have that CV of a
Definitely. He
Zambian
needs to
referee.
redeem
Yeah.
himself after that 85-minute howler that he had where he ended the game in the 85th minute. I don't think most people have ever given him a chance, but we believe he is one of the best coaches on the African continent. And I believe going forward, he could actually referee the final. He's actually had refereed the Club World Cup final, which is one of the biggest games. And that was a Real Madrid game that he did referee. So I believe he is not a bad referee. It's just that the circumstances were
Yeah.
bad that day.
Imagine a situation in a World Cup final, one team is
Mhm.
leading 1-0 and he ends the game in the 85th minute.
No, with the
Probably.
addition of this new VAR system where they basically also keep track of the time, I don't think that howler would happen. And I think he's a very good coach. You'll see how you command this game. Me, as we say in Zambia, ref. I'm supporting the ref. So this is my referee. So it's up to our ref in it. I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, but I'm supporting the ref. It's up to our ref, Lelo.
You probably want the referee to give 20 yellow cards. You want to see the referee in action today.
No, definitely. I have. That's why my bet. That's why my prediction, guys, that I'm going to pull up on screen right now, state that um the Canada will get 5 yellow cards. That's why I put on that prediction. I knew my coach is gonna be there. I knew that my referee is gonna be there. Another comment by Mr. Falin Ferry. Thank you for this comment of Falin Ferry or Fury, sorry. And he states that Pakistan beat all FIFA teams. How did Pakistan beat all FIFA teams? They're not even in this tournament. Mr. Fury, please come and explain to us what this prediction is because we do have a prediction in our checklist. So we'd like to hear, do you think Pakistan is gonna beat everyone? They didn't even qualify to this World Cup. And has Pakistan never qualified to the World Cup, Mr. Mwamba? You are a fact checker. Do you think they're
I highly
gonna
doubt. I highly doubt. I only know in that region. Hey, I hope this doesn't bring any tension. But yeah, in that region, I know India qualified for the World Cup. This is actually factual. India qualified for the World Cup, but didn't go to participate because FIFA didn't allow them to play barefoot. I was actually shocked when I actually discovered that's a factual thing.
Is that a
That's a
real fact?
fact. It's a real fact. I was actually watching real facts about the World Cup that you didn't know, and it was done by Vox, and Vox are like a German channel who actually
Mhm.
produce very real stats.
Okay, that's a very weird stat. It's weird. I have
Yeah,
not seen that video at all. So they really
in the
were
1950s.
barefooted. Okay, that is a very interesting statistic. Hey guys, you see, we give you some great content. Remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get 11,000 subscribers, and we've seen there are new comments, that means there are new people coming in, and the prediction game is on our screen. So tell us which of these predictions on the screen do you think is not most likely to happen? But me and Mr. Wamba have been discussing these predictions, and these are our predictions. So at the end of a video, we'll look through them and we'll scrutinize them and we'll give each other a point, and you guys will be able to keep track. So when you come
I
into
like
the
how
next video,
Janis Kazo is standing there. Eh? You think you beat up the whole world or something.
yeah, Jandis Squazo has this like air and confidence in him, and that's what we like about him. And you guys know, for all those who are joining us, in an Abosapta ref, and that in Zambia just means I'm supporting the referee in this game. I don't know how you feel about it, but for me, he is the man of the moment. He's gonna redeem himself from that 85 minutes when he blew the whistle. I hope he does us proud, and I hope this time he takes the whistle and takes it and basically adds 15 more minutes just to show you guys that he is the ref in charge of his game. But yeah, Mr. Wamba, the game is about to begin. Any last minute predictions that you'd like to add on apart from the predictions on the prediction list? That means the
You
score.
see, I'm looking at the Vera team. None of the guys come from an English-speaking country, and Janis Kazo probably speaks English. I hope some of them can speak English. You may never know. We might have some 85th minute drama again here.
No, that is your prediction.
I
That
saw
was
Colombia
a
there.
very nice prediction.
My prediction for the game. Oh, okay. So my prediction for the game is Belgium 5, Canada 2.
Ooh, guys, did you just hear that prediction? Mr. Mamba says his prediction is that Belgium win this game 5-2. Okay, no, that's a bit high, guys. I understand that you guys don't rate the men up north. You don't rate the Canadians. You don't rate these guys, the maple loving Canadian people, the most polite people according to the internet. I know you guys don't like these guys, but five seems too exorbitant, and I don't think Alfonso Davis would let that happen on his watch. I think my prediction for this game is let's see. Okay, based on the statistics, 2-1 in favor of Canada.
2-1. Oh, that's a tough prediction.
2-1 in favor of Canada. I've seen stranger things happen lately, and I'm assuming there's this pattern where the underdogs just keep getting a 2-1, and that's the thing that I've been excited about. The underdogs keep getting a 2-1, so we'd like to see that. So yeah, before we do go into the game, we have 1 minute to go in, so I'm just gonna break down what is currently on your screen. We have a prediction. Me and Mr. Wamba have a prediction game going on, and we also have a provision for the fans. The fan who gets a prediction correct will be collecting all your fan predictions. And once your predictions pile up, the fan with the most correct predictions, or the fan who has one correct prediction, will basically choose one and conduct a draw. Or will choose the fan who had the best prediction. And you could stand a chance to either win a jersey or be live on Afrik football with us, depending on which region you're on. Because a jersey would be hard for us to send it if you don't live in Africa, and Afrik football is African. So it would be harder for us to send the jersey out of the country. But you could always feature. And the game has started, Mr. Mwamba. So we'll be moving to the screen with the game, but we'll occasionally be going back to the site, to the website where the game to our predictions. But yeah, the game is starting. What do you expect from this game, Mr.
Okay,
Mwamba?
so oh, Batshuayi takes a shot less than a minute into the game. I feel
Mhm.
that they're actually trying to show that dominance to say we're here to win the game. Yeah, we shoot a lot. And coming into this game, I saw John Hedman's interview. John Hedman being the Canada coach, he seemed confident about the game. He said Canada is no longer that team that people will just come and play against and just
Mm,
win matches. Like Canada is here for it's here for blood. The
mm,
Alfonso Davis with the ball makes a pass. Okay,
mm,
so he was saying Canada is here for blood. Canada is here to win the World Cup. They're just not here to participate. Like even as they
mm,
were leaving the country, they told the government back home to say we're not going there to participate. We're going there to win the tournament.
mm.
Ooh, Canada playing well so far. In
Of
all
course, I told you
honesty,
Canada
there.
has played well so far. They'll probably get the first goal because that is our prediction as Afrik football.
Yes, definitely. And
I actually
the
like
other
how
day,
Canada plays through the wings.
pardon?
I like the way Canada is playing through the wings. They're trying to cross as much as possible. So my prediction of Canada, oh, whoa, whoa, I said Belgium will score a header. Well, it has to come through somehow, but Canada is playing well through the wings. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm looking at Canada and how they're playing off the wings. They're trying to spread the ball to the wings as much as possible. Looking at Belgium using a back five, I do not know if it's the best tactic to employ because I feel they're weakest at the center with Vertonghen and Alderweireld, but them using the wings, they'll probably meet a Carrasco and Castane. So I feel that's not the way to go.
No, no, no. I do understand you. I do understand where you're going from. The way Belgium has set up their team. There's Janis Kazo, my guy, asserting dominance in this game very quickly, guys. Man, sometimes ref, I've told you guys, I'm here for the referee. He's Zambian, I'm Zambian, I'm supporting the referee, and you guys, there's nothing you guys can do about it. I don't care about your Belgium, I don't care about your Canada. I'm here for the referee. You guys know that. You guys know
The
that. I said it,
referee.
and we're here for the referee.
Uh, I do not know. I do not know why Carrasco is trying to get the ball from there.
No, you have to press it at all points. I guess you have to just be that person who has that aggression on the pitch. What do you think, though?
True,
Oh,
true,
guys,
true, true, true.
Canada is playing very well. I don't even like you guys. Canada is impressing me so far. And playing against the caliber of Belgium, European, the way Belgium is highly rated in Europe, Canada is actually holding their own here.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm looking at the McDonald's ad right by the side there, and I'm like, is this some diss to the North Americans? You know, like McDonald's everywhere.
Well, McDonald's is like a huge sponsor of football because well, as they call it up north, soccer. McDonald's is a huge fan of soccer because that's one of well, the FIFA World Cup tournament is one of the biggest tournaments, so it does allow you to have all this stuff going on. So McDonald's, like, you never find McDonald's out here in Zambia. So these adverts, I'm surprised. Do you know how the Premier League has got adverts that are targeted to particular regions? So African regions, you can see certain adverts. I'm surprised that this World Cup doesn't have those type of ads where the ads are basically AI generated to suit the region you're watching it from. Isn't that weird though?
Oh, the Premier League does that.
Yes, I do. If you watch the Premier League stream in the USA from a USA website, unfortunately, we can't talk about illegal. Guys, watch it from a streaming site legally on the US streaming
Yeah.
site. What ads you'll
Hmm.
be seeing will be ads like McDonald's, Trivago, all those American basic American type of
Ads and
and
everything.
time break, you'll be seeing American ads. But when you watch it from the Zambian perspective, you'll be having ads that are more made to Zambian fans. And for example, another example that I would give is you see a McDonald's ad, but we don't have that in Zambia. But if you're watching from the Zambian site, you won't be able to see it. So yes, the Premier League actually does that with the ads in the stadium.
Oh, okay, okay. So, yeah, looking at the Prem, I feel maybe it's because they try to advertise to a global market. Like the World Cup is so advertised in ABS especially. Like who doesn't want to watch the World Cup? You'll be American and you want to watch the World Cup because your team is playing there. But for the Prem, on the other hand, they're trying to force people who don't live in England to watch the league. So you probably have to do better advertising and the kind of advertising that actually makes sense to particular regions at a particular time.
No, no, I do understand that, guys. Currently, as you can see from the game, who would you say is playing better, Mr. Mwamba?
Canada is playing better. I do not know. Carrasco goes down easily. He does that every time. Oh, okay. So Jonathan Davis does what he does best. He gets behind the two center backs, and he always tries to, whenever there's that cutback, he always gets behind them and tries to take his shot. I do not know why he didn't take a proper shot there, but I'm sure this will be given as a corner.
Yeah, I keep seeing how Carrasco keeps going down like a child. I was like, Carrasco, come on, man. This is a game of soccer. Do something. I'm assuming that's what Davis is telling him in his mind. He's like, bro, this is a game of soccer, not football. So you have to do some stuff out there.
Definitely. But how do you feel the general picture from the Canadians, because this is the first time they're playing in the World Cup for a very long time?
Well, I think it's them having not played the World Cup now
Okay,
for
is that
time.
a handball?
It okay. My feed is a bit behind because
Okay,
so I'll be
no
waiting to see
problem.
what. Yeah, so you guys, you have to instruct me up until probably 30 minutes in. When I move on from the stream here. Is it a
Penalty.
handball?
Janis Kazwe is probably going to check for VAR. He's telling everyone to
Yes,
cool
yes.
down.
It seems like
I like
handball.
the jersey he's wearing. I hated the red jerseys from the other day.
I don't know. I don't like how the neck, the V neck looks though. It seems very weird. It looks like it wants to pull you back.
Okay, he was going to the VAR box. I hope he gets his decision right, because you
Oh,
remember last time Janis Kazwe, he
yo. There, Ash, man. Skazwe. This is a tough call. Starting the game. This is up to ref, guys. I
it
keep
is a
telling you guys.
penalty. Looking
I'm
at it,
supporting the referee.
Carrasco, yeah, it is a penalty. Carrasco blocked the ball that was
No,
going
no
straight into the
penalty.
goal.
It says no penalty. VAR says
For
no
me,
penalty.
nah, for real,
But yeah. I look on the screen. It says no penalty on VAR.
nah, uh,
Mm.
penalty. Janis Kazo gives a penalty, and yellow card to Yannick Carrasco. And Canada have never scored a World Cup goal. We might actually witness history in the 92
Ah,
year old
why would you
history
give
of the
the
world.
penalty? Trying to look at
You
it
would
and
give,
think, why?
because you
Oh
do
yeah,
not know what
yeah.
happens if
Yeah,
Carrasco's
the
hand
hand is
is not
in a
there.
natural position. So it is a
That,
penalty.
that
A hand is in a natural position.
who's taking the
Okay.
penalty for
Mr.
Canada?
Referee! Mr. Referee!
Oh, would it be Afonso Davis, the refugee from Ghana, to take the
Yeah,
first
Mr.
goal?
Referee! That's a nice performance by the referee, guys. I'm here from Zambia speaking to you live. The referee is giving a proper performance. Did you
We're
guys
out
see
here
his
cheering
hand
the
motion
referee.
for the yellow card? Look at me making the hand motion for the yellow card. The referee is really doing a very great job in this game. Look at him, man. Man, just look at the
I
quality
feel
of
he's
this.
taking forever to allow Davis to take it. It's mounting
It's
more
the
pressure on
referee's
Davis.
show, sir. Where is the referee's show? All right, Davis. It's okay. Davis is on the penalty. As Mr. Wamba said, this will be Canada's first goal.
In World Cup history, 92 years. And
Mhm,
Courtois makes a
mhm.
save.
Oh,
Oh, my word.
oh, oh! This young lad is yo. This young lad is gonna
Oh,
go
my
through a lot.
God.
Oh
Uh,
God!
I'm so upset
Intimidation.
because
Courtois had the
he,
intimidation.
um,
For this
yeah, and
man.
Courtois had one of his foot behind the line, like not just on the line, but behind the line, and he still made the save. All right, so
Um, I was hoping
uh,
our prediction would be right. Canada to get the first goal. Guys, we have a prediction going on for all those who are joining us. And one of our
the,
predictions was that Canada was to get the first goal in this
and my
game.
other
And we
prediction was
did a
Afonso
massive
Davis to score the first goal.
correction. We sorry?
My other prediction was Afonso Davis to score the first goal. Score
Oh
in
yeah,
goal rather.
you would have knocked out two predictions just with that one goal, and I'm so assuming the universe is on my side because Mr. Mwamba's prediction hasn't gone through. Guys, you see why we're talking about these predictions why they're up on the screen. Do drop us the predictions in the comments so that we can be having them on our fan segment of these predictions. Mr. Mwamba had a prediction saying Alfonso Davis was going to get a goal and Canada was going to score first. Now look at what has happened. Alfonso Davis had a penalty. He's missed that penalty. Mr. Wamba's prediction is in the water right now, which is very disappointing. Mr. Wamba, what do you have to say about Alfonso Davis and that penalty miss?
I feel these things happen. They happen to the best of us, to the best players. And I feel Alfonso Davis is not the best player technically at penalties. He
Mm.
probably is only
Takes
taking
him at
these penalties because he's
the
a
takes
star
him.
of the team. Yeah, but I feel every team should just know who the best penalty taker is and let that guy take the penalties. You never see Davis taking penalties at ban. So I do not see why they want him to take penalties for the Canadian team.
Because in the Canadian team, he's their star man. What can you do when your star man is a defender who plays as a defender? I'm assuming that's what I feel Canada should go back to the drawing board and find some players who play natural positions, both at club and at country, and give Davis more of a role at the back or as a winger. Because right now I feel like they're piping a lot of pressure on Davis. And if the guy plays as a defender at his club and rarely ever gets a chance to kick the ball directly at goal. So that might be the reason why he's failed to score this penalty.
Canada, ooh, no, Canada playing a penalty.
Another
Okay, offside, offside, offside,
okay.
offside, offside,
All
offside.
right, because right now I'm watching this game via you currently.
Yeah,
Okay.
this game is more hyped compared to the French game. The French game yesterday gave us that vibe of we just have to go and sleep, but this game is giving me the vibe of
This
yeah, I
game
want
is
to watch more
giving.
soccer.
That was like almost a penalty. This game is actually giving, guys. So all those who are watching, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get 11,000 subscribers by the end of this stream. So right now we have a Zambian in at the helm. Look at Mr. Skazwe, guys. Just look at him raising the hands and gestures. The quality of a referee. This is how you have a referee at the World Cup, guys. If your country doesn't have a referee at the World Cup, then you guys are a finished team. Look at us being represented by Hebre now, who is Zambian with a Zambian wife, and Janice Sikazwe, who is Zambian with a Zambian wife as well. So two Zambians at the World Cup with Zambian wives. What an amazing feeling, guys.
Yeah, so I'm looking at this Belgium team, and
Mm.
who else is in the Belgium group? Lukaku looks frustrated. He's complaining to his yeah. Lukaku is
Well,
complaining to the technical team. He's very frustrated currently.
mm-hmm.
I feel bad for
Mm-hmm.
him. I
Why are you
really do
feeling
feel
bad for
bad. I feel Lukaku is that kind of a player who makes a Belgium team tick. Because I remember when Belgium played Brazil in the 2018 quarterfinal, like I've never seen
Mhm.
Lukaku play that well ever for any team on earth. He was running, he looked fit, he didn't look fat as many people would say at Man United. He looked like one of the fittest players I've ever seen in the history of soccer or of Lukaku football. So it's just sad to see him injured for the opening match of the World Cup.
Mhm. Oh, and I'd like to announce that we're only 5 people away from 11,000. So everyone who's in this team, just give us a like and a subscribe. Help us
Oh,
get to
but
10,000.
what
We
if
want to
if you were
11,000.
John Headman right now as a Canadian coach? What would you be thinking on telling your team about the first 15 minutes?
No, I would basically tell them they are doing well. Belgium hasn't had any clear shots or chances at their goal.
Oh, you,
At
you
our
see, this is something we actually talked about. The Belgium defense is tired, old and tired guys, and it keeps
Alfonso
on,
Davies runs circles around them.
like the Canadian strikers just running past them. Like only Dendoka
Definitely.
looks quick, so he
Alfonso
has to
Davies is
defend for pretty much everyone.
Yeah, Alfonso Davis is a speedster, so it's gonna be easy. And I like this Canadian jersey. Why haven't I had one of these Canadian jerseys? This is a jersey you'll be buying me after I win this prediction game, Mr. Mwamba. So for all everyone who's joining in, remember to like and subscribe. We just need 5 more people. So and we have a prediction game going on, me and Mr. Mwamba, and the fan one. So do drop us a comment, let us know what your prediction is, and you can stand a chance to win a jersey or an appearance on Afrik football, depending on the terms and conditions. Mr. Mwamba, you're saying?
Yeah, I'm looking at the way Canada is playing with high intensity, and I think to myself, can they maintain the high intensity for the whole match, or maybe it's one of those scenarios where you have high intensity first half and second half you just scramble and everything just falls apart. What do you think?
No, this might be okay. There's a difference between the way Canada is playing and the way Australia played yesterday. And the major difference is
Okay.
that Australia did not have the confidence Canada has. They had the confidence, but they did not have the belief system. Canada knows they can actually take this game because they're not being outplayed. They're tactically, they're structurally very well. Looking at it, they're giving me that vibe of Italy. It's like they are defending together. They're playing like a hive mind, and that's the thing I believe about Canada. I mean, if they do keep up with this, don't forget they actually beat they actually beat the USA in the last World Cup qualifiers, not before this World Cup. And the reason the USA did not go to the World Cup technically, but in this game, it seems like they have that belief. They do not fear this Canadian team, and I think it also goes back to Alfonso Davis. Alfonso Davis being able to play for Bayern Munich, one of the biggest teams in of course in Europe. It means that Bayern Munich is Germany, and he knows how most of his players play. He's faced the likes of Witzel. He knows how Witzel plays. He's faced a lot of the Vertonghen's. His Bayern Munich every time has beaten most of the teams that these guys who are in the sorry in the Belgium team are in. He's beaten most of their clubs. So I think Alfonso Davis can perform at the highest level. And for him this time, he's just giving that mentality to his fellow teammates who don't play at that level with him and told them, do not fear these guys. They are people just like us, and I play for you guys. So we are people just like them. We should be able to
Oh,
win this
KDB
game.
on
And
a K. Oh, I've never seen KDB make a bad decision on a counter attack, and KDB had the ball. Four Belgian players on an attack, and Canada had one defender, and KDB made the wrong pass.
Mhm. And you
Just
know one thing
imagine.
about KTB, he's
Yeah,
basically single-handedly made the career for Erling Haaland. Why did KDB do that? He's basically
I
given
know.
Erling Haaland the whole career, and he failed to make that pass to Carrasco. What was that even
I,
about?
I do not know. In all honesty, I do not know. I'm
That
just
was
waiting for the
weird.
48. I'm literally waiting for the 48 team tournament, and hopefully India qualifies for the World Cup. I'm rooting
So
for
as they can go
India.
there again.
Exactly.
Guys, what I'm saying is for the 8 team tournament, Zambia is where it's gonna be at. Instead of a referee like I'm supporting now, I'll be supporting the national team. Don't worry, guys. When we do qualify, I'll buy my tickets for the World Cup and we'll be going to the World Cup for you guys.
Ah, come on. Hazard is back to playing like Jack Grealish, where you fall upon every touch, and it's boring to say the least from Hazard. I feel now that he's looking for a career again, he needs to probably play well, and the World Cup is like a place he could reignite his career. So
What
I
I'm
feel he
saying,
needs to.
Hazard is tired. The man is tired. He needs to do better. But how do you feel the Belgium's midfield is playing in this game? I feel like they're generally non-existent.
I feel the midfield is non-existent. It's like everyone is pushing, going forward, and Axel Witsel is remaining alone in the midfield. But you can't control the midfield alone because Talisman currently is on the wing. Right, he's supposed to be there in the midfield too with Witsel, but he's not helping Witsel out.
You know what my thought is right now? I'm looking at our predictions and I'm looking at what's going on in the game. The yellow cards, the yellow cards might not be coming. They might not be the yellow cards that I've been assuming. Canada to get 5 yellow cards. I should probably say both teams combined 5 yellow cards because Carrasco already has the yellow card. I would have been in a better
But
position to win this. Yeah.
when I look at this kind of a game, I feel we might have five yellow cards from Canada if Canada get a goal. as we predicted, Canada getting a goal first, and when they're trying to defend against Belgium, then the Belgium team will probably be attacking counter after counter, and Canada will probably have to drop them to actually defend.
Yeah, guys, let's not forget that what is at stake right now is a jersey. Whoever wins this bet gets to choose a jersey of his choice between me and Mr. Mwamba. So these predictions are going to be running throughout the whole entire World Cup tournament, and you'll be able to get your own predictions on here, and you could stand the chance to either win a jersey or an appearance, depending on the terms and conditions that African football have set out. So remember to drop us your predictions. We've had Mr. BC Games, we've had Mr. Fury on here giving us two very good predictions. One about Pakistan, I don't know why, and the other about Belgium winning this game 2-0 because no one rated Canada. Yeah, so Mr. Mamba, I do see where you're coming from, and I see how the game is going so far. So I'll just have a few questions. Tillemans. I don't know how to, oh, that's how to pronounce his name. What do you
Telemans,
think?
yeah.
Tillemans, yeah. How do you think he's performing in the Premier League?
I feel Telemans in the Premier League is actually performing pretty well. Like Leicester have been poor to say the least, but Telemans,
But no,
Daka, and
actually coming back. They are not very bad.
yeah,
And on then talking about Leicester.
yeah. So you cut me short there. So as I was saying,
Mm,
I feel Leicester haven't been too good in the Premier League, but because of Tillemans' form and Daka's form, they're now picking up a few points on the road and off the road. So these are the two players that Leicester is probably looking at currently because Daka has now been okay. Eden Hazard is on a counter. It's a 2-on-3. Tillemans with the ball. Batchway just blast the
okay.
ball wide. Classic
Of
Batchway.
course,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
blasts the ball right. Yeah, as you're talking
yeah.
about Leicester City, I mean, you mentioned Patson Daka. Patson Daka actually got married today, or he's been married for a bit, but he had a ceremony in Dubai. And congratulations to the beautiful couple. We've been expecting to
Exactly.
see those wedding pictures, and I've been seeing some on social media. So, a huge congratulations to Patson Daka. And I hope he comes back when he does get back to football, of course, club football. You have a better scoring ratio, and you help Leicester get to where they're supposed to be up on the league and not fighting the relegation battle. It's good right now that they're out of a relegation battle, and it's been because Brandon Rogers actually imparted some knowledge on the boys and has allowed them to get up there. So ultimately, I think Leicester is gonna probably end quite well on the league table, but
Oh,
nonetheless,
Canada
we're
breaking
going
on
to.
a
Is there another yellow card?
no. Canada breaking on a counter is a 2-on-2 kind of situation, but Kotra comes out
Mm,
quickly
yeah, of course, Coach
and
is gonna
gets a
come out.
goal.
So I'm out here trying to
Yeah,
look at our predictions for all those who are joining us. We're doing a prediction game. So you can look on the predictions, you can get some, you can use them for betting. But the biggest question is what is your own prediction? This is what we're going to be doing throughout the World Cup period. We're going to be giving our predictions for the day and we'll be able to discuss them live on this live on the stream. So what we're going to be doing is we'll probably be giving you one live stream, which is going to be the evening match. But we'll be doing our predictions for probably all the games. We'll be giving about two predictions that we think will go through all the games. Then we'll be posting them earlier in the morning so that we can have them as discussion and talking points as the predictions as the games pan out.
KDB on a
Isn't that right?
counter, classic KDB counter. He gets a pass, and Hazard just does some Hazard stuff, destroys a proper counter. I feel KDB is really suffering in this game due to Hazard and Batshuayi's incompetence. So hey,
Mm-hmm.
he probably misses Haaland right now. If he had a jersey, a Belgium jersey, and he could just print Haaland at the back there, I'm sure he would do it a million times.
Mm-hmm. No, I do understand where you're coming from. Everyone would miss Haaland. I would also miss Haaland. I'm missing him. I feel like if he was at this World Cup, that's if oh, particularly playing for Spain, you'd have probably scored all 7 goals. It would have been Haaland 7 goals.
That's very true. But yeah,
But overall, what's
and
your general assessment of this game?
I'm impressed by two players. Player called Johnston, he's playing at right back, and another player called Miller. I feel he's playing at centre back. I okay. I'm very impressed with the two players from the both play for Canada. From what I've seen so far, they seem to be holding the defense together. When Belgium are on those quick counter attacks, they seem to be the guys who are in the forefront, trying to get back, trying to block off the killer pass, trying to block off the pass to the final third, and I feel that. quite reasonably good defenders, probably defenders some European clubs should be looking at.
Mm-hmm. No, that is actually quite good. At least we're keying in and ironing out which players are probably very good for this Belgium team and who are going to be playing in Europe. And most of the times, what things that most people forget is that World Cup tournaments is where some talent is bought. I remember Benjamin Pavard was relatively unknown, but after the World Cup, he basically rose to stardom and got himself a place in the Bayern Munich team. I
Exactly.
remember the likes of who else actually had a very good World Cup thing got bought. There's somebody I'm trying to remember.
James
Was it Joao?
Rodriguez.
Oh, James Rodriguez. Yes, James Rodriguez, basically the fraud of that tournament from Colombia, managed to get himself to Real Madrid just from playing very well in that one tournament. So the World Cup is okay. Canada is playing very well. I won't even lie to you guys. They're playing very good. I think they're better than the other team in this tournament. No, well, than Belgium. For Belgium being number 2 in the world and Canada being number 41 in the world, I did not expect this game to be going this way. Did you expect it to be going this way, Mr. Wamba?
No, 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 definitely not. I thought, quite alright. I said Canada will score first, but my prediction was even 5-2. It just shows how much disrespect I had for the Canadian team. But now that the Canadian team are playing this well, Janis Kazwe just out there displaying his poster and everything to just show the Canadian guys that the young lads and he knows better about the game of soccer.
That's
But yeah,
my referee, guys.
exactly. I disrespected the Canadian team with my prediction. I went with Canada conceding 5 goals, but from the looks of things, if Canada even concede a goal or two, then Belgium is really lucky unless Belgium change something at halftime.
Because I don't even know who Canada's goalkeeper is at this moment because we haven't been to the Canadian half at all.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay, but no, this game is it's very interesting. For a game that doesn't have goals, it's more interesting than that France game yesterday. And you don't know, my prediction could go right. That 2-1 I predicted might actually go through.
Yeah, yeah. If anything, your 2-1 might actually go through because it seems like one of those games that actually finished 2-1, and Canada might actually get the 2 goals, and Belgium will probably just get a consolation here or there. Okay, Canada on a 3-on-3 counter.
Yes.
Ah,
Okay.
you know, they're managing to get the cutback, but then I do not know what happens after the cutback. It seems like the Belgian players at playing at centre back are just a bit quicker than the strikers, just a bit quicker.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys, as we are still in the game, 29 minutes played in the game. We have on our screen our prediction checklist, which is a thing we're doing, Mr. Mwamba, to lighten and have more interaction with you guys. So we have a game that's going on. The person that actually gets the most predictions correct is going to stand in line to win a jersey. And the fan that does predict one good prediction and puts it in the comments is going to be able to either win a jersey or feature on Afrik football at the end of the World Cup.
Canada
So,
on
guys,
another counter, 3-on-3.
no,
Is that
Canada
a
is playing very good,
penalty?
guys. Is it?
Ah, at this stage, I just feel Courtois is saving the Belgium team because Canada just took one of the
Basically,
best
Qatar
shots
is
of the
playing a
game.
lot. Do you see how Canada is playing out from the back? They have such
Yeah,
good ball control for guys that are like no soccer players, not football players, the soccer players. They have a very good ball control. It's very surprising.
I never thought the country that produced Drake, Justin Bieber, and Maple Syrup would actually give us such a good football team. I guess
Like
not
I'm so shocked.
Canada.
Guys, as Africans, we rarely ever watch Canada, and this is very shocking.
Exactly, because I feel this is. I've seen the female team play, but this is probably one of the first matches I've seen the Canadian team play in. And at this stage, I feel like supporting Canada all the way for this World Cup.
Yeah, they're giving me this confidence. Like their attacking threat is like consistently going on. It's immense. And as Mwamba stated earlier, Mr. Mwamba stated, the Belgium defense is tired, and Canada is literally running riot with this Belgium defense, which is very weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel it's one of those games where Canada now really need to get the goal quickly because if they don't get the goal, Okay, so Canada 2-2. Jonathan David had a chance, one of those chances where you just pass the ball to one of your players and it's a goal. He decided to take the shot and Courtois saved.
Yeah, guys. So as Mr. Wamba was saying right now, that was the chance that was like by Jonathan Davis. We still have our prediction going on. You guys really need to get into the comments and give us your predictions for this particular game because there's a chance to win something. If you do predict this game, you could win something at the end of this tournament. And right now, me and Mr. Wamba have a wager going on. We've said those up on the screen is what is going to happen in this game. So you have to dissect and read through them and see what our predictions are. For those that are very comfortable, you can use some of our predictions there, but they're no way being coerced to actually use them. You can use them for your betting tips, but that is our informed predictions. And as the game is right now, it's still 0-0.
But why this Canada defense
32
is
minutes
good.
played.
This Miller guy is world class. If you could bring
Yes,
Miller to play
definitely.
with Lisandro Martinez at Man United. Oh, I think Telemans just sprang his ankle because of a very good skill move by Alfonso Davis.
Ooh.
It was that nasty.
All right, Mr. Wamba, I'll be moving on to the stream that is more in sync. So just give me a minute
Okay.
and I'll be back and you can take over right now, discuss the game.
All right. So, guys, right now, all we can say is the Canadian team has been playing better of the two teams. The game is about 30 minutes in, 32 minutes in, rather, and Canada have been the best team on the pitch, something that no one would have thought. And Canada are really having the time of their life right now. I never thought the team that's ranked 49th on earth would actually give the team ranked second on earth such a good game. Belgium look useless. It's one of those games where probably Martinez has to get sacked after it if Canada actually win this game. And okay, so there's a comment here from Falling Fury where it says Pakistan will beat all teams. Um, Pakistan, yeah, yeah. I do not know where to start from because when I look at the Pakistani team, I do not know of any players playing that trade like in any foreign league. But if the people who actually know any players playing that trade in a foreign league, please mention in the comment section down below. Canada. Oh, but why? And when looking at Batshuayi, they've put some statistics here between the midfield and defensive lines. Batshuayi has intercepted at least 6 balls between the midfield and the defensive line. So I feel Batshuayi has probably been a better striker to start today because we all know how people complain about Lukaku's defensive attributes and him, or rather the failure of Lukaku winning the ball when he's up front. But Batshuayi seems to be helping out a lot for the Belgium team. But it's also bad if your striker is helping your midfield win the ball. It gives a bad picture to the team. Is Castagno okay? So Castagno was on a counter attack. He tried to cross the ball, but yeah, he ran out of space. He ran out of area to actually capture the ball. So it's a goal kick for Canada currently, 34 minutes, 24 seconds.
All right, and we are back, guys. I am back. Sorry, I had moved out of notification to a stream that is one to one with Mr. watching. Well, so far 34 minutes played, guys. We have a prediction thing going on, a prediction game, and the game is simple. We have given predictions. Me and Mr. Mwamba have given predictions, and each correct prediction gets 3 points. Each prediction that was very plausible gets 2 points, and each prediction that is the same between me and him that we made gets 1 point, and that is the person who gets the most points at the end of this whole World Cup tournament is going to be able to receive a jersey bought by the other person, and those also get a chance of a jersey or appear on Afrik Football. It depends on which place or region you are in. So remember to drop us a comment. Remember to like and subscribe. We only need 5 people to get to 11,000 subscribers. Guys, just 5 of you. If 5 of you like and subscribe right now, we're going to get to 11,000. And the game is still going on, Mr. Mamba. What did I miss while I was transitioning to this new stream?
You really didn't miss much apart from a counter attack by the Belgium team. But even in that counter attack by the Belgium team, um, though it wasn't like the best counter attack on earth. Castagne just tried to have the ball there. Okay, Canada on a counter. Okay, yeah. So Castagne just tried to get across, but he did manage to actually reach the ball there, and yeah, he just ran out of space, and yeah, we were done. You didn't really miss much.
No, I can see that. I'm looking at this game. It's very high intensity. I like the way both teams are playing. I just never thought
Uh,
Canada would be giving Belgium such a game. Okay, so Mr. Mwamba, I would like to understand one thing. Who makes the FIFA rankings and who's been saying Belgium is the best team in the world? I've never understood that. Belgium has not been to the final of any real major tournament, but they've been the best team in the world for about the past 5 years.
Well, I feel for Belgium really it's a matter of how many games they win when when they're not at tournaments because the moment you see Belgium, it's now that I'm actually seeing Belgium lose friendlies, but Belgium would win pretty much all their games in the qualifiers, they would win all their friendlies, they would win all their Nation League games. So they were serious about everything. And the other teams would probably maybe slip a bit in the friendlies, excuse me, maybe lose one or two qualifiers against a Serbia or a Slovenia or a Slovakia, but Belgium or a Turkey maybe, when France was qualifying for even this World Cup, they lost to Turkey like twice. So other teams lose to teams during qualifiers, but Belgium are really consistent. And even when they lose in most tournaments, so probably losing the quarterfinal, the semi-final, so they'll be like a game or two away from actually winning the whole tournament.
Is that a
Is that
penalty?
a penalty?
Is that a penalty? Mr. Skazwe, give us a penalty. Master Ref, we're here for the referee. We're here to support the referee, guys. Is that a penalty? Okay, I feel like Jared Skazwe really has to revive and redeem himself in this game because no one is going to give him an easy game. Was that a penalty?
That
Yeah,
is a
that is a
penalty.
penalty. That is a penalty. Mr. Ref, Mr. Ref, Master Ref, that must be. What?
I feel it's
What?
because they gave the first penalty. Had they not given the first penalty, that would have been a penalty.
What is VAR saying?
I'm sure the VAR team is checking on it.
What? Yeah,
Possible
yeah, yeah.
penalty.
That's a
Uh,
penalty. If Vitso actually kicked the guy in the back, give us a penalty. Okay, Mr. Skazo is having a very his redemption arc is taking very long. I don't even like you guys. He's like, guys, look at my referee. His redemption arc is taking very long. Look at this now. He has to go to another VR. No, I like his composure, the way he's basically controlling this game. Everyone's like, "You are the guy who basically made the howl and made the whistle at 5 minutes. What are you doing here again?" He's like, "No, guys, I got this. This might be a penalty." What?
no penalty. Do you feel that would have been given if that penalty for the handball was not given earlier on?
That would have been that's a penalty, Mr. Mwamba. Vitso didn't have the ball. Vitso kicked the guy in the back of the leg. Is there some rule that has changed in terms of penalties that I do not know about? You're always very knowledgeable about the rule changes.
Nah, there's nothing that has changed about penalties, so I'm actually very shocked right now that that wasn't a penalty because on any given day I would give it as a penalty, and I feel it's it's bad that Belgium are making so many fouls in their box because it puts Casway in an awkward place. If Belgium win by a goal, um, the North American press, be it Canada and the US, so just say, yeah, they brought in a referee that ended the game 85 minutes in. We didn't expect much from that game, all the Karens of the
Exactly.
US, yeah, will be saying that, but uh, it's a tough place our referees at, and hey, I do not know, but because I think fortune favors the brave. I remember he also officiated the Belgian game in 2018, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, was it Belgium Japan 2018, where yeah, the 3-2 game, and that was a quarterfinal. I actually remember getting on the same flight with him when he was flying back from Russia, and we were on the same Emirates flight from Dubai to Lusaka. I remember at the international airport. So, yeah, that
Now I
aside,
remember that.
exactly. So I feel it puts him in a bad place, but What can we do?
There's nothing we can do but just watch and wait. Anyway, I guess this game will even out. I think, but I think that was a penalty. But hey, I guess no one in the VAR team thought that was a penalty. So we just have to go on moving forward like it didn't happen. But yeah, so more of the talking points that we're going to be talking about here is what are your thoughts about this very first half? Belgium hasn't impressed me in the least bit. I feel like they've not had the best game as a team and ranked number two in the world. They've just been farming and start padding right now. So I'd just like to hear from you. What are your genuine thoughts about how Belgium has performed? Have they lived up to your expectations and the hype?
I, no, they haven't lived up to the expectation and the hype. But my biggest concern now is, do Canada have enough or good enough players on the bench to bring in, so as the players actually continue running like Duracell bunnies or something in the second half? Because these guys have they're really depending on is the pace of the young lads they have it, but are the young lads on the bench good enough to actually give Canada a run for their money? To actually give Belgium
That's
the
a
run for
very
their money?
that's a very good observation. Can these players run for 90 minutes? Can the Canadian players run for 90 minutes? I think their attacking line is fairly very young, so I'm assuming they could keep up with this intensity. So the question I also would like to ask is Martinez a really good coach? I didn't see him achieving anything when he was in the Premier League. I don't understand how he got
Oh,
himself.
he won the FA Cup with Wigan. Wigan were
No,
relegated, but
that
he
was
won
a
the cup.
fluke. That was a fluke. It was purely just like a
He beat
fluke. Flukes do happen.
he beat Man City in the final.
Flukes do happen, Mr. Mwamba, and we all know that. Pep Guardiola is a coach who does overthink the finals. We've seen him crash and burn a lot of time when he gets to the final, and you can't use that as a stepping stone. So why didn't Belgium get a coach okay, like Ranieri, who won the Premier League with Leicester City? If we're using that matrix, sometimes a fluke is a fluke, and we have to accept the fluke.
Okay, I feel, in all honesty, ever since Martinez came to Belgium, he's not the coach that will win you a trophy, but he's the coach that will make you finish fourth, fifth, maybe third at times. So it's, I do not know. Maybe Belgium at that stage where a bit afraid to lose the guy, because you do not know if you'll be performing well in tournaments. But again, you probably want to keep the guy and keep some faith to say, okay, he might probably get it right this time around. But from the way Belgium are playing, but why go
I can see that. I can see that.
against the
That's
round of play?
that's why dancing goal. So I'm assuming one of the predictions has fallen. Which prediction has fallen? Canada to score first. Oh, Alfonso Davis has ruined my evening. Yo, I might actually be able to buy this on my jersey because Canada is down. My prediction has gone down. Canada has not gotten the first goal. Well, Mr. Wamba said anything. Who got the assist? Did
Um,
KDB get that assist?
let me. They're not showing what.
Or let's just give me a minute. Let me get to see who gave the assist. Just a minute. Let's move on to this. A minute. Who was the assist? Who was the assist by? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Who gave the assist? Come on, guys. Well, we just have to wait and see. I can't see who has the assist, but Bashwai guys has
No.
gotten a goal in this game. So my prediction has fallen off, saying that Canada was to score first. Come on, Alfonso Davis is ruining the night for me. Man, oh man, Alfonso Davis, man. Let's see. Do they have the commentary? Where is the commentary? I would like to know who gave the assist. Hmm, surprising. I can't see who gave the assist. This is surprising.
Yeah.
All right.
Hope it's KDB.
Yeah. No, it's Toby
Toby
around.
Alderweireld.
Yeah.
Toby
So it's not KDB,
Alderweireld.
which is clean. So guys, right now we still have a wager going on with Mr. Mwamba. His predictions are there. Well, mine have started to fall short because one Canada
Oh yeah,
to
so
score.
this is a referee who introduced the new rule of all minutes lost in a game should be added, and no wonder we're getting the awkward minutes we're getting at this World Cup where we have additional time
Mm-hmm,
of 8, 12, 14 minutes. And
mm-hmm,
on average, at this World Cup, all games have had additional minutes in both halves of over 10 minutes.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, it's. I would like to
He's a
mention
famous
right here.
Italian.
I'd like
You'd
to
like
mention
to?
right here that we both said Canada was going to score first, so both of our bets have died. We're getting 0 points on those. So
5 minutes
I
at
still
a
have
time.
Belgium to score a header. Wait, was the header scored? That wasn't the header, right? Wait, was the header scored? No, but Fred didn't score a header. Was that a header?
No, no, it wasn't a header.
Right, but Belgium didn't score a header. Alfonso Davis to get an assist, that hasn't happened. A yellow card, 5 yellow cards. Well, of course, Canada hasn't gotten 5 yellow cards yet. Mr. Mwamba had KDB with an assist that hasn't happened yet. Alfonso Davis with the goal hasn't happened yet. Belgium to score 3 goals in the second half. I don't think that's gonna happen as well. So, and Canada to get the first goal has been cancelled out. Mr. Mwamba, all you have hinging on there is
Okay,
an
Canada
Alfonso.
on the attack. Oh, Canada have been so wasteful.
Yes, Canada have been very wasteful in this game. They would have done very better in this game, but they've just been awful and dreadful at the goal. It's been very bad. Of course, Alfonso Davis really has ruined our predictions. Some of our predictions have gone in, would have been having a good time, but Alfonso Davis really needs to do better.
Exactly. But hey, I'm still impressed with the Canada team, even though they're done. And I hope your prediction of 2-1 actually goes through. I hope they come back better second half and maybe win this game in the second half.
I actually like how they're playing from the back. I know I've mentioned it before, but the way they're playing
Yeah,
from the back, you can see them actually building up casually with the triangle passes. Belgium is literally just walking through them. They're just walking past Belgium, which is very impressive. What was that by Alfonso Davis?
I do not know. He from KDB. I do, KDB is really failing to get the classic KDB passes
Today is
today.
really not. He's not. It's like he misses playing around Gundogan and the likes of the guys because they're more reliable. Have you noticed like his long range passes have actually become very bad?
I feel he's been a bit complacent,
Do you think
but
it's because he
he's
doesn't rate his team?
like maybe the strikers he's playing with, but they're not making the right runs. The kind of
Or
runs Haaland would
look at the
make
pass that he just
over.
made the one that flopped a few minutes ago. It seemed like he could have done better, but he just passed it to a Canadian player.
True. So it's a
What is
corner now.
tomorrow's okay? Oh,
Tomorrow's 21 hours game is
oh,
is
oh.
Brazil versus Serbia.
All right. There's another chance here by Canada. Alfonso Davis with that assist that I need. Come on, Alfonso Davis. Okay. Oh, he's been
Nah,
destroyed.
I feel Alfonso Davis is trying too much today.
Okay, Belgium on the counter. Kevin De Bruyne with a chance to give the accurate pinpoint pass, and he somehow loses the ball again. What is wrong with what's his Kevin De Bruyne in this game today? He seems to be very off today.
I really do not know what's wrong with KDB. I hope Janis Sikazo just refreshes at halftime. Maybe take a shower, take as much fluids as possible.
Do you think that
So
was
that he
another?
doesn't.
You think that was another handball? The one that is just from showing on the screen.
Uh, maybe, but hey,
No, it's a
it's
ball to
rare you
hand.
see those being did.
Hands were right on his face. I'm assuming that's a ball to hand. Let me just look through some of the tweets, some of the best tweets
Ah,
that. Oh, halftime, guys! It's a halftime right now. So me and Mr. Mamba,
halftime.
right now on the screen we have the halftime statistics of how this game has been played. Um, the possession has been fairly balanced. I won't even lie. From the shots, you can see that Canada has had many shots, but they haven't been on target, which Mr. Wamba said they've been very wasteful. The corners, as you can see, Canada's had two corners, while Belgium just had one. So ultimately, this game is 1-0 in favor of Belgium right now, as it stands. What is your halftime team analysis, Mr. Wamba? All right, Mr. Mamba has actually dropped out of the call, so we'll just basically go back to our analysis of this game. This game has been, well, it's been a very good encounter. I haven't seen much. Belgium hasn't impressed me as much, but Canada has probably been the team that has impressed a lot in this game. And we're at the halftime mark, and though Belgium did get a goal via Batshuayi, we um, haven't been feeling the way Belgium has been playing. I feel Canada has been a better team in this half. And we've had a prediction going on with Mr. Mwamba, something that Alfonso Davis has actually ruined for us. And our prediction was that Canada was to score first. That prediction has fallen off because Canada did not score first. Alfonso Davis had a penalty in this first half, but he was unable to score in that first half. So the prediction of Canada to score first has actually completely dropped off. On Mr. Wamba's side, he says Belgium to score three goals in the second half. There is a possibility, but I do not see it. I think Canada is a better team, honestly speaking, in this half, and they've had a better playing style. And Mr. Mamba said KDB to get an assist. It's possible that KDB can get an assist, but I don't know what time he's gonna get it because I, on the other hand, feel very different about this Canada Belgium game. Thirdly, Mr. Mamba says Alfonso Davis is gonna get a goal. If Alfonso Davis had scored the penalty that we had quite earlier, they would have gotten the goal and the assist, but unfortunately that wasn't the issue and that didn't happen. While on the other hand, my predictions are Alfonso Davis to get an assist. There's still a chance for Alfonso Davis to get an assist because he is the person who is trying to cross and get the crosses into the box. While on the other hand, I said Belgium to score a header. There is a chance for Belgium to score a header, though they've scored one, and Batshuayi did not score a header, so that has fallen off. Thirdly, I said Canada to get up for five yellow cards. I think I should have changed this prediction. I should have basically stated there should be five yellow cards in this game, but unfortunately, that's the prediction the way I made it, and I can't change it. And last, they said Canada to score first. Canada can't score first. This prediction has gone into the water. So we're still on the halftime show. The game is still 0-0. So for all those who are new to Afrik football, we just need five people to like and subscribe to help us get 11,000. We like all those who are into this stream. You guys showing up for the stream is really helping us create better content because we've been doing a lot of World Cup content lately. So if you really are enjoying Afrik football's content, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get 11,000 subscribers. And Mr. Mamba is back. Mr. Mamba, I was just running through our prediction checklist and just saying, well, the Canada to score the first goal has fallen off. So, what are your simple statistics of this first half?
Simple statistics of the first half is Canada have been way better compared to Belgium, and yeah, I feel Canada coming into the second half will probably get a goal because they're looking like the better team, and I know they are the better team carrying because look at the Belgium team. Apart from that, I do not know what you call it, Cross and Inshallah that I would have heard too. Yeah, you know they haven't done anything else in that whole game.
Mm-hmm. Anything else on the
Yeah.
front of what do you think Canada can do to make this game a bit better? What do you think Canada can do in the second half to actually get the goals and become a better team and actually win this game and turn it over 2-1?
I feel if you're the manager, you need to tell your team to, if you're the Canadian manager, if you're head man right now, you need to tell the team to say, okay, guys, let's go, let's run. I know some of the players will be happy if I were the manager, but I'll be like, run as much as you can in the next 15 minutes because after 60 minutes, I'm taking out some guys and introducing fresh legs. So you need to get as many goals as possible in the next 15 minutes. So you've got 15 minutes to save your World Cup career right now. So if I were the Canadian coach, I would tell my players that. And second half, the guys come and run. My strikers run for 15 minutes. And when those guys are tired, if they get a goal too, I bring in a new set of strikers, people with fresh legs, and make sure those guys also run. And probably tell Alfonso Davis to say, I know you're the star player, but you can't do everything alone because Davis has got this tendency in this game of holding onto the ball for too long.
No, I do understand Davis is actually holding on to the ball for a bit too long because it feels like the whole responsibility should fall on his hands. But overall, he's not been very bad. I feel he's trying. There's been lots of calls that came up in this game, and the question that we have on the calls is: have they all been penalties? There was one that was given, but the second one wasn't given. How do you feel about the second one? To be honest.
I feel they're both penalties, but it's very hard to give two penalties because of the controversy that surrounds penalties in the world of soccer. I imagine Belgium losing because you gave two penalties. It wouldn't sit well with people, and yeah, yeah, stickers were coming into this game. You're like, okay, um, yeah, we're past him finishing the game at 85 minutes, but it's probably still haunting him deep down somewhere. Like, I'm not supposed to make a mistake. For him, this is like the final interview of something of your dream job, and you're at the World Cup for your final interview, and you're just there thinking to yourself, do I give this as a penalty? And you're probably even praying deep down to say, please, VR people, don't send me to the monitor. Please don't send me to the monitor. Like, just make the decision there in the VR box. I don't need to go to the monitor because if I make the decision, all the pressure comes back to me.
No, this is a heavy conversation we're having about the referee that I'm supporting in this game. The person I'm supporting in this game is the referee. If you guys don't know, I'm here for the referee. I understand where you're coming from. I understand what you're saying, and Jealous Kazwe has to definitely make some decisions. But it is the game. Your job is to make the tough calls, and I believe if there is a penalty given incident, why not just give the penalty instead of being lackluster and saying that the people will judge me harshly? Either way, if Canada loses, I know Canada is a small team in the footballing world, so it won't be a big issue. But I believe you have to be fair and they have to have some justice for the people. So I think Janet Skazo should just man up and give those calls because we are supporting him, and as a nation, we're behind him. We want him to have the World Cup final, but the only way he can do that is basically playing well. Are you seeing right now on the screen? They're looking at Kevin De Bruyne's
Poor decisions.
passes, poor decision making. He's been very poor in this game. What do you think might be the problem with Kevin De Bruyne for this game? Why do you think he's not having a very good game today?
When I was watching the game in real time, I thought maybe it's the strikers not making the runs. Maybe he's used to the Haaland kind of runs, and the guys are not making them. But when I look at the Tillemans thingy, where Tillemans was all alone and decided to pass the ball to Carrasco, it's it's mind blowing. Maybe he's because he was playing in the Prem just last week, and maybe he's still fatigued, and they had a flight all the way to the Middle East. But I hope these players or the Belgian players should wake up quickly because other teams have already woken up, and they should probably, just turn up and start winning games. Because I feel this is the kind of World Cup where whichever team wakes up first or whichever team um, decides to just turn up and everything, it makes that team wins the World Cup. Like they're not two ways about it.
No,
More like the
actually, I
2016 Premier League where there was no team that was performing, or like we'd have a weekend where all the big teams lose and Leicester was just like, oh, okay, let us turn up, and Leicester won the league. Not that Leicester were the best team in the league that season, but they were the team that were consistent
so
with
talking
what they were
about
doing.
consistency. Seeing that there have been two major absences right now, Saudi Arabia, um, Japan, and some of the Arab nations are actually playing very well in this tournament. Who do you think is the dark horse that might actually go very far in this tournament?
Um, my dark horse for this tournament. Um, oof, that's a hard question. Let's see. Okay, from the games that I've seen so far, my dark horses of the tournament are the US
The USA. Okay, that's actually good. That's actually good because of that World's game. That's pretty cool. So going back
because
to our
those are
prediction
a
list,
decent team. They
was I
actually made
decent?
the Euro semifinals
No,
out in
the thing about
2020.
the Euros are also weird. Sometimes I feel the Euros do not give you a correct representation of what is going on in European football. For example, I don't think Italy is relatively bad, but
Mhm.
the European qualifiers showed us that they can't qualify sometimes. So I don't think the European qualifiers of the Euros are a very big major milestone. Denmark was at the Euros as well. They performed relatively well, but it doesn't make them the best team in Europe or close to the best teams in Europe. So sometimes I think previous tournament form is different from form going forward in a tournament like this one. This is a tournament that is cross regional, it's cross cutting. That means most of the players and most of the teams in this region have some untapped potential. And by that virtue, I think USA being no, I'm not siding with you. USA, no. I think one of the Arab teams, Saudi Arabia for me might be the actual dark horse. I know there's a Zambian there, but Saudi Arabia for me might actually be the real dark horse. So I'm just pro
Let me
Zambian. I'm
let me
pro
just
African.
let me just can you give me a minute? I'll be back on the live stream.
Yeah, no stress, boss. Take your time. Take your time. All right, so yeah, Mr. Omba has dropped out of this game and he was telling me he thinks USA might be the team to basically win the World Cup. I don't believe that, guys. I know USA is a very good team. We've seen lots of pundits who've come on, the likes of Maxwell, tactical manager, as well. Yeah, those guys have been talking about how the USA might be a good team, but I think it's Greg Berhalter is the reason that those guys will not win that trophy or that tournament. So ultimately, for me, I think what we need to a team that's going to probably perform more probably be Saudi Arabia. I think Saudi Arabia has been a very good team for me, and I believe those are the guys who are probably going to go very far in this tournament. But you guys can always come back and tell me I lied to you or I did predict it very well. But we're really appreciating everyone who's coming through to the live stream. And remember to like and subscribe because we're trying to get 11,000 subscribers by the end of the stream. We just need about 5 more people to like and subscribe to Afrik Football. So yeah, do help us get to 11,000 subscribers, guys. So we're still at the halftime mark, and the game is gonna start as soon as possible. We just need about a few minutes, and the players will be back on the screen.
In Belgium and Canada, it's Belgium won at Canada 0, but that does not tell the story of the game. Canada have been by far the best side, and they had an early penalty saved by Thibaut Courtois, handball by Yannick Carrasco. Alfonso Davis stepped up, but the goalkeeper gets right and beat it away. Canada have had a number of opportunities, however, Belgium have got the goal. Michy Batshuayi firing home after 44 minutes. A long ball back to front from Toby Alderweireld, and Batshuayi was there. 1-0 to Belgium. Half-time in Group F between Belgium and Canada. It's Belgium won at Canada 0, but that does not tell the story of the game. Canada have been by far the best side, and they had an early penalty saved by Thibaut Courtois, handball by Yannick Carrasco. Alfonso Davis stepped up, but the goalkeeper gets right and beat it away. Canada have had a number of opportunities, however, Belgium have got the goal. Michy Batshuayi firing home after 44 minutes. A long ball back to front from Toby Alderweireld, and Batshuayi was there. 1-0 to Belgium. Half-time in Group F between Belgium and Canada. It's Belgium won at Canada 0, but that does not tell the
All right,
story of the game.
welcome back
Canada have
to
been by far the best
on our
side,
stream.
and they had an early penalty.
And as the commentator was saying in our stream, Belgium has been the better side, and I won't even lie to you by a mile. So yeah, welcome back, welcome back.
Yeah. Thank you. Just had to, place some water to boil for my shower after the game. Yeah. So looking at the second half, which is about to start, you start to wonder if Eden Hazard is even playing in this match on merit.
Why would you start to wonder if Eden Hazard is playing this match on merit? Because Eden Hazard, well, is their
Is
star
that
player. So
Mounier? Are they making a change?
yeah,
Have
I think
Belgium
they
made a
are.
change?
Yeah. Belgium seems to be making a change.
Moon Carrasco and Talisman out. Okay, this is something good from Martinez, Onana,
Onana
and
and Nino.
Mounier in.
What do you think about these two changes? Do you think they're gonna what do you think it's a defensive change? Do you think he's trying
It
to
seems
sort
more
of divide a
defensive
bit?
because when you look at Munya, you look at a player who's a defender and he's coming in for an attacking player or rather a wing back in Carrasco. So Munya is like that kind of player who would defend more. And then when you look at that Onana change, Onana is one of those solid players in the midfield. Talisman is solid, but then he's more playful with the ball in the midfield. But then Onana is one of those solid kind of players, you know.
Mm-hmm. All right, right now, I was just looking at the second half. We are directly into the second half. Um, the changes Mr. Mwamba has confirmed them, just bring them up on the screen currently. We're gonna be looking at the changes that have been made in this game. So Mr. Mwamba is saying that the changes that have been made are more in line with, or has it updated? Let me just update this screen for us to have all the changes that we need on the screen. Yeah. So what Mr. Wamba saying that the changes that Belgium has made are more defensive, right? Did I catch you right, Mr. Wamba?
Yes, I'm more defensive.
Yeah, so
100% right.
Thomas Munier is coming in for Yannick Carrasco with Onana coming in for Tillmans, Yuri Tillmans. So those are two changes which are more defensive. I'm assuming Roberto Martinez has seen that this Canadian team is not one to play with, or one to play with. So he's taking more precautions and basically allowing the game to be played more in the midfield. So I'm assuming he's trying to win the midfield battle. What do you think?
He's trying to win the midfield battle, but it goes back to what you're saying in the first half. He's a small team manager because if you're Belgium right now and you're leading by a goal and you're the Belgium coach playing against Canada, you need to be throwing in the likes of Torgan Hazard, Jeremy Doku, your attacking players. You know, you need to cue off the game. But if you start defending a goal as the team ranked number 2 in the world, it leaves much to be desired.
Small
You
team
you you
mentality. Just small team
yeah,
mentality.
it's more team mentality, and you start seeing this manager. You get his CV, and you discover he's coached Wigan, Everton, and these are teams that were fighting relegation at some point. So, and
You know, he actually
Wigan
did
finished
get that
dead
Wigan
last.
team that he keeps saying he played Wigan and won the FA Cup. He actually got them relegated that very season. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah, I
not forget
remember the team that had Sean Maloney in it. He got those guys relegated.
that was very weird of him. This man is a weird man. Look at my referee, Mr. Janet Sikazwe, asserting dominance on this game. Guys, my referee is winning this game. You guys don't even know it. I'm super excited, super stoked to have my referee here.
That's very true. I'm looking so far. How do you rate the Qatar World Cup without any bias or anything? Just
So honestly speaking, this is probably a World Cup that I'm watching in a different position. I'm not watching it purely as a spectator. I'm watching it as a content
okay.
creator. Okay, chance there by Canada, and okay, it's gone wide. All right, there would have been a header, but yeah, for the wrong team, there would have been a header, but I know. So, as I was watching this World Cup, I think it's giving us some entertaining matches. I think this World Cup is well, the starting point of this World Cup would be there's lots of it's a World Cup that's being played in an era where there's lots of social
Okay.
media and lots of sentiment going around. If you saw the German team today, they had their no the slogan what they're closing their mouth saying that they're basically because of the symbols that they wanted to represent out there, and how you know how Qatar is a particular state. Yeah. So ultimately all I'm gonna say is besides all the criticism and all the antics that are going on off the pitch, the antics
Hmm.
that are in the pitch are very insightful. I actually really like the games that are being played. I feel no one came here to sleep. I know there's that 7-0 that's looming because well, Spain of course went out and did all the damage. But generally speaking, I think the World Cup is very good. I'm enjoying this World Cup and seeing it from a perspective where I'm a content creator. I'm even having more fun because I'm getting to know new players. I'm getting to see who's playing where. I get to learn a new stat every day. And Mr. Mwamba has always been helpful. You're very helpful with giving you statistics. I learned that Theo Hernandez yesterday is related to the other Hernandez. I'm learning. I'm generally learning. So I think it is a very good World Cup and it will live up to the hype. And we haven't even gotten to the group of Brazil, the true World Cup honors, and we are still excited and enjoying these matches. Like Canada is giving a very good match. Now imagine when we get to Brazil, the real teams, when we get to the knockout phases.
And
I think it's
I'm
gonna
so glad that's the game we're streaming tomorrow, Brazil versus Serbia, because Serbia are also a team that most people in Europe have actually taken as a dark horse for the tournament. Most people are like,
really.
yeah, most people are saying the Serbia team is actually really good with the Mitrovic and and co. I'm actually really shocked when you see most journalists on Sky or wherever, whenever they ask for their dark horse, it's usually Sabia, Ghana, and there are a few random guys who throw a big team as a dark horse, and you'll be there wondering like, what do you understand by the term dark horse? But yeah, they'll put England as a dark horse, and I'm just like,
Well,
um,
England is a
you
small
know,
team, guys. Internationally, England doesn't do much. They are a dark horse. Let them be a dark horse. But yeah, what are your thoughts about this World Cup? How do you feel about this World Cup?
I feel it's a World Cup that has been surrounded with controversy. I'm not the political kind of person anyway, but I feel it's a World Cup that has been surrounded by controversy. But all in all, the football has been great. And uh, there's the saying that goes, when you're in Rome, do what the Romans do. I feel if you go somewhere and do what the people there are doing for like 29, 28 days, I don't feel you would die or anything. So personally, I just feel there's been so much negativity on the World Cup, and there's at least some light that the games being played here are actually entertaining. And I know that people out there who probably wanted this World Cup to be a flop, but it's going on. Nothing personal, not being political, but I'm just happy that the World Cup is taking place, and it just gives us a different feel, because it feels World Cups have just been made for the summer in Europe, but we're having a World Cup in the festive season in Africa. It's something that we probably want to be seen more oftenly. So it's
Honestly
it's a
speaking,
double-edged sword.
yeah, honestly speaking, I'm really enjoying the World Cup. Everyone was like, no, this World Cup will not be festive. I feel more festive. I feel watching a World Cup in November, December is pretty exciting for me. I'm actually enjoying this. I could take this over the Christmas period, the Premier League Christmas period. I know the Christmas period, Premier League one is what we look forward to, but this is very entertaining because once we start getting to mid-December, when the teams are now in the knockout stages and we have some very good ties like some Belgium versus Brazil. That's gonna be great football. We're gonna sit down and be like, we had a great World Cup in the rain season for Zambia. It's gonna be like exciting. So I'm not even against it. I just feel like it's like we should have more World Cups that are held in the winter for those guys up there. For us, this is a very good season to have a World Cup. It's more festive. I don't understand why everyone was against it, but I've really enjoyed this World Cup, and I'd like to see more of this type of a World Cup. Even for the 8 team ones, I would like it to be this well at this time of the season. But generally, it's a good World Cup, and I feel most of the teams once we have the Gunners tomorrow. Well, one more thing. How well there's this statistic that I've seen or that we've all seen. African teams, none of them have actually scored a goal.
Yeah, and it's something that most African pundits have been celebrating, to say African teams are not losing, but they're not getting goals. And it's a World Cup. We're not going to have three teams qualifying off a group. You can defend your lungs out for the next three games and get three draws, but then if you don't get goals, you still get eliminated. So I feel maybe we're not doing all on the part of not conceding as Africans, but in the next tournament, or probably even in this tournament, I want to see the African teams stand up and start scoring goals. Like, we're doing well defensively. Now we need to start getting goals in terms of
Wait,
attack.
Cameroon and Ghana are playing tomorrow, right?
Um, Ghana is playing tomorrow. I'm not too sure about Cameroon.
Let me just go check
Just
the score line, the
please do
predict.
so.
Hmm, hmm. We need we need to know where Cameroon and Ghana are playing because those are the two African teams I'm assuming are gonna do very well. By all costs. Of course, Morocco held down Croatia. So yeah, Ghana is playing tomorrow. Yes, in Cameroon. Cameroon to Switzerland is a 12 hours game, and that's where Vincent Abubakar is going to have a very great time to shine. And I believe that is going to be Abubakar's game. Then Ghana versus Portugal. Boss, are you sure we're going to do the Brazil Serbia game? Are you sure it's not the Ghana versus Portugal, the Portugal versus Ghana game that we need to do? Because that one looks massive.
Yeah, it looks massive, but I'm very sure tomorrow our ESCOM sends us schedules around this place. We won't have power at that time. But if we do have the
I,
power, then
Definitely, I'm going to go live for that one because that is probably the biggest game of this first round of
for the
football.
evening.
Because Ghana, Portugal. Cristiano, imagine Cristiano Ronaldo in the mud. It's not that I'm
Shoo.
hating on Ronaldo, guys. Sui, as my boy Speed would say, imagine that.
KDB has just been off today.
Yeah, did you just see what he just that pass that he just made? That it doesn't. It's not even going to anyone. KDB definitely has been off today, huh?
I remember the French game around this time yesterday, 55 minutes in. I was half dead. I was
Did you
literally
just
a dead man talking.
did you
I,
just
I,
see
I
that
saw the
that
skill.
yeah that skill move? Who's this youngster? Oh yeah, your boy.
Yeah, the kid looks really good. He seems like a very talented lad.
Yeah, somebody should buy him. I feel like he would fit in into one of those Borussia Dortmund type teams.
Exactly. He would probably play a role of Jordan Sancho, like Dortmund Sancho. This
Look at
Onana
Onana
guy.
trying to, yeah, that's my referee. Give them cards, Mr. Ref. I'm here for the referee, guys. I don't care what you guys say. I'm here to support the referee. The referee is having a very good game. I
If I
should
were
probably
Onana, I
have
would
said
just chill.
five both cards. I said five yellow cards on both teams. I didn't think of it very well. I didn't think that
Because
through.
Belgium are now the guys are going to get five.
Yes, Belgium are probably gonna get five yellow cards at this point. But that was the thing. That was my big okay, Alfonso Davis out there in the wing is gonna give an assist. No, it's not. That was like the one that was like, if this one goes through, I'm getting all those 3 points. But no, we're gonna keep track of the points, and Mr. Momba is definitely none of us has a point so far, so which is pretty cool.
Hmm. So where do you draw the thin line for a team that you know?
A team that
Hey, this game is getting heated, eh?
yes,
Yo,
guys,
this
fight
game
so
has
that
been.
I get all the five yellow cards all at once. I can get them all at once. Like, oh, this guy punches, this guy punches that one. All five guys get a yellow card, and I'm like, yeah, yellow card. All right, there's a
Okay,
substitution
so
coming.
I feel Headman is thinking the way we're thinking. Where you tell your guys to run to 60 minutes and take out all your attackers and bring in a
Mm-hmm,
new set of attackers.
mm-hmm. Because I can see that Larin is coming in for Hollet. Hollet is out. Larin is coming in, and the other substitution is going to be Hutchinson is out, and
For
Kone comes.
Kone,
Another Kone, like the Kone that played for Wigan. Remember that Kone with the
I,
dyed hair who played for
I
Wigan?
I remember Kone with the dyed, was it dyed white hair or dyed
Yes,
brown
Aruna
hair?
Kone.
Yeah, Aruna Kone. He was actually a very good player.
Where did that guy go? What happens to African players, eh?
I do not know where he went. He's probably somewhere in his retirement home, somewhere in a good place in Africa.
Definitely somewhere in a good place at his retirement home. Oh, there's this notion. I had a
Uh,
discussion. Oh, and Power's going that side again.
yes, classic
Oh,
Esco.
oh, before you do go
Okay,
out in the
it will be
escort.
back. No, it will be back. Our neighbors have power. They usually receive power before we do.
Okay. So there's a conversation I
Let
was
me just
having
turn
earlier
on the
today.
TV. Okay.
Okay, there's a conversation I was having LSB as you're going to turn on your TV. It was about how most players, once they become ex-football players, they want to become pundits. The question somebody asked me is that, are they so broke that they need to be back on TV talking football? Because most of them seem to be forced to be on TV, and all they have going for them is a narrative that, oh, I once played with Cristiano Ronaldo, so I can talk bad about him or support him, and that's the only thing that makes him relevant. It's like the way Trevor Noah became relevant by talking about Donald Trump. When Donald Trump was like out of power, Trevor Noah was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna leave the Daily Show now that Donald Trump is back." Do you think that Trevor Noah will go back? So that's the same question somebody was asking me. Is like the way the Evras, the Michael Owens, the only thing they have going for them and what makes them pandits right now is because they once played football. But is it because they don't have money anymore? What's the reason they are back as pandits? That's the question we had to ask. My friend was asking me. What do you feel about that?
I do not. Okay, for most European players, I don't think it's about the money. Okay, we all have money, and money is never enough. But I feel at least a good number of them can survive without the panditry jobs. But I feel it's the
Mhm,
institutions that actually employ the pandits that has the problem, because
mhm,
they'll go and get pandits that are, what word can I use? People that are controversial. I know there's no such thing as bad publicity,
mhm,
but then bad publicity also just tends to dent your TV station or your media station. Whereas
mhm,
if the guy just keeps on talking bad about certain players or a certain team, like for instance
mhm,
Grimsones and the Pogba situation, like no
mhm,
one ever now takes Grimsones seriously. At first,
mhm,
it's all fun and games and everyone's happy, but then you
mhm.
see Grimsones blaming Pogba for something that Pogba had no control over. So in yeah,
Definitely, you
okay,
see all those
Belgium on a
memes.
counter. Exactly. So on my side, really, I feel it's easier said than done. Like half of the players would be like, "Oh, the player would have made the pass there, or the player would have scored there," and the player who would be saying that only has like 2 goals in his 700 game career, talking about a player who has maybe 300 or 400 goals. So you know,
No, I'm actually on Twitter right now and I'm reading the comments saying, "World's most controversial ref to make his 2022 World Cup debut." Guys, let this man rest. Let my referee, Mr. Janisikas, rest. And that is on the Sports Bible. Whoa, so far. I'd like to know what their assessment is of this.
I feel he's officiated the game properly. Who's getting the armband? Vento again?
And that finally we're going to end the 5 minutes plus additional time. It's gonna end here. This man is gonna end this game instantly. Eden Hazard has been taken out for
For Trossard,
Trossard.
and
Whoa,
Trossard has
whoa,
been in
Bright.
fine form for Brighton.
Yes, of course, he's in my fantasy team, and you know how I love Trossard being in my fantasy team. That's like one of my favorite things. Like Trossard and Pascal Gross have been in my fantasy team for a while, and Eden Hazard has been taken out for Trossard. That is very.
Onana needs to be careful. He's already done
Okay,
that.
what is wrong with this team? This youngster, particularly, this young man, number 11.
I do not know what's wrong with this young man, but I feel he needs to improve on his shooting, because once
Yes,
he
because
gets
he's
his
not
shooting,
allowing it.
yeah, once he gets his shooting right, I feel the sky is the limit for the boy. He's got a chance to compete with the likes of Sancho or the Rashfords in England.
Now I'm gonna say is they're looking at his hair and assuming, dude, this dude looks like Sancho. He probably is the Sancho type. But yeah, that's Buchanan.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
he's got
Buchanan. Hmm.
Buchanan, yeah. He's got the ability to compete with I do not know, the Reyners of this world from Borussia Dortmund, these young lads
He
that are
actually
playing.
plays for Club Brugge.
Oh,
He actually
see,
plays for
and
Club
Club
Brugge right
Brugge
now. It's up on the
is a
screen.
good academy kind of club. I can't call it an academy, but it's a good club for producing players. It's given us some of the best players, the likes of Emmanuel Dennis and other guys who play in good European sides nowadays.
Yeah, you can just look at his stats right now. Well, he's not doing very well according to his shot accuracy because he barely has the accuracy nailed down. And you can see his accurate crosses are like 50%, and his successful dribbles are kind of off. So I guess he's a good player. We can't wait to
That
see
was
him
a
come
nice
into
back here by
the.
Trossard.
Yes, so of course, Trossard is quality, sir.
He's a man full of quality.
Ah no, dude! Like when you see him in my fantasy team, I don't even try to take Trossard out because I believe he is one of the best players we have in the Premier League right now. And it's good that Belgium is giving him a chance because most of the time some people never rate people who play for teams like Brighton, and it's good. Oh, what was that? Give a card.
I do not know,
I, why would you do
because
that to Bushman?
that's potentially blocking a counter.
Yes, you should.
It's
Why did you get
it's
a card?
it's funny how Dead Donker in the Premier League has played for Wolves as an attacking midfielder. He's moved. He's
Hmm.
now with what, Everton. He's an attacking
Hmm.
midfielder. boom, all of a sudden to that Belgium is playing as a center back. Like I do not know what Martinez is thinking, but it's worked out so far. He's been the paciest center back.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's the thing. It's the same as Alfonso Davis as well. We've noted that he's playing in the attack. I remember when the squad for Canada came out, everyone was out there on the internet saying you've gotten Alfonso Davis wrong. I'm like, guys, Alfonso Davis when he's back in Canada, he plays as an attacker. So that is something that other people have it. So guys, for all those who are joining us in this stream, remember to like and subscribe. We're trying to get 11,000 subscribers. We only need 5 people. And on the screen right now, as you can see, we actually have a prediction checklist. This is our game that we're playing, me and Mr. Mwamba right now, who are in the stream. The thing is, for each correct
Oh,
prediction,
classic
3 points.
KDB.
Okay, that is an attack. Okay, that's the counter that has broken through. So for each um, wrong prediction is a 0 point, and for each prediction that we both predicted was going to be one. For example, the Canada first to score has fallen off because both of us, Canada hasn't scored first, Belgium has scored first, so that has fallen off. So we get a 0 point for that. And for all those that we believe this was well, we know that this is a very easy prediction, would give it 2 points. So right now, Mr. Mwamba has said Belgium will score 3 goals in the second half. Mr. Mwamba is still sticking by your prediction of Belgium scoring 3 goals in the second half.
At this stage, I just want Canada to score. I feel they've been wasteful, and I can't stick by this prediction anymore because Belgium have been trash to say the least. So it's I do not know. I saw the Belgium lineup. I thought they'd play well, but it seems like they're far from playing well. Oh,
Okay, there's
okay,
a counter by
KDB.
Belgium. It's a 3-on-3. It's a okay. Is
That's
that
why.
God, guys?
Oh,
Come. How did he blunder that? Bashwai is one of those strikers that I don't understand. He can have a good game and a bad game simultaneously in one game, and I'm like, how are you this guy who has a good game and a bad game in one game? Like, dude, decide if you want to be a good player or you want to be a bad player. You can't be both.
it's something similar to what we're talking about earlier today with the guys when watching the Spain game. One of the guys was like, I've just never seen the quality in Morata, and I was like, he's played for Madrid, he's played for Atletico, he's played for Juventus, he's played for Chelsea. Those are four big teams in four big leagues. I do not think it's not coincidence that the player can play in such big teams. I feel he's a good striker, but our
No,
final conclusion was maybe if Morata wasn't Spanish, if he was born in another country like Germany or England, where like
mm-hmm,
in Spain when you're born, your default setting, right, is
mm-hmm,
passable. Like even as a striker, your default setting is passable, and maybe that
mm-hmm,
that gives Morata a tough time because at times you see that thing in him of being undecided. Where he
mm-hmm.
needs to shoot, he'll probably pass, and where he needs to pass, he'll probably shoot. I feel the Spanishness
I
in
have a
him
counter to
is
that
what kills.
argument. I
Okay.
think you guys were spot on by saying because he was born in Spain. I think sometimes being born in a country like Spain and the way the media likes you and the way your agent sells you is what gets you places. I don't think Morata is the greatest striker out there. I feel like there've been some players who have been good strikers, but just because of the region they're from, they haven't gotten an equal opportunity. And I believe Morata is one of those people who's been just very lucky in life and has been able to go to all those big clubs because he probably has a very good agent. Who is Morata's agent? Tell me if it's Mendes, then I'll be like, yeah, definitely Mendes can sell you anything. I feel like Mendes would come to me right now and tell me, I'm going to sell you a rock. It's gonna probably be very good in the Zambia national team, and I'll probably accept it. So that's how I feel about Morata. Morata hasn't been the greatest striker for me. He's just found himself in very good positions. It's the same as Lorente, Fernando Lorente. He was everywhere and nowhere at the same time, but he managed to play for some of the bigger clubs in Europe. And that's what Shiro Immobile was also going through at some point. He moved from one team to one team. So there's sometimes where
But I
the
beg
way
to
the ball.
differ on the Immobile part because Immobile was actually the top scorer in Serie A just recently, and
So, but
he's having a
I'd
very
like
good
to
season.
say I'd like to say in counter and saying that Serie A isn't the benchmark for best scorers. Zlatan went there, did some stuff. Ronaldo went there, did some stuff. I would go there right now in my current physical condition. I'll probably do some stuff because that's how the Serie
Lukaku.
A does work. Yeah, so all I'm saying is even Lukaku went there in my condition and did some stuff. So I don't think the Serie A is the benchmark to say this is the best. In Serie A, you just need to be like half a decent player. It's the same as the French league. You just need to be half a decent player, and you'll be able to get as many goals as those guys. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Uh, Sounds like a fair assessment, but yeah, I for one still believe in the Morata is not a good striker right now because of his Spanish origin. I feel if he was born anywhere else, he would be a very good striker. You know, it's something that I see with Marcos Alonso. I highly doubt. I know he was in the Real Madrid academy, but I think the manager they had when he was growing up as a kid was probably a manager from another country because Alonso's system is not passable. Alonso's system is shoot when you have the chance, and it's worked out well for him. He's got big gigs. He's played for Madrid. He's played for
Mhm.
Chelsea. He's currently playing for Barca. I wonder why people don't talk about the fact that he played for Madrid at some point. Only he played one game or two, but then him moving to Barca was just like betraying Madrid in some way.
Mhm. Right, there's an attack there, and Miss Mishu Baswai out front. Okay, that's probably dead in the water. Well, I guess you saying Morata being born in Spain is the reason he can't play football is an assessment. I wouldn't say it's a good assessment. I just say it's an assessment nonetheless. I feel Spain has produced some good strikers. David Villa, Fernando Torres. Those are those that I can remember from my previous past history. So I don't think it's like inherently they're just bad at scoring goals. I just think it's Morata as nature is kind of very indecisive as a striker. I think if he was more decisive, he'd probably be a very, very great striker. But again, you see, even the Spanish national team today, they didn't have an out and out striker. So that meant it was hard for you to have a person who's going to shoot. But I guess each team has their own playing style. But good for Morata and all the places he's been. My next question would be, I think, Lukaku. What are your thoughts? Is he a good striker? Is he not a good striker?
Um, you know, there's some players who are just meant to play for small teams, and I feel Lukaku is a kind of a player who
Okay, is
was
that a
made to.
chance?
Okay, there's a Canada counter. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, I feel Lukaku is one of those players who was just meant to play for small teams. Like he'll flourish when a match is all about getting the ball to Lukaku. Not that Inter is a small team, but Inter also play like that. Get the ball to a striker and leave longer. He will,
Mm-hmm.
he will
Oh,
get the
Trossard has a chance.
okay Trossard. Yeah,
Okay,
he
yes,
will
go on.
get you the goals if you do that. You know, if you get the ball to him. But if you take Lukaku to a Barca, a Madrid, where it's not a one-man show, I highly doubt he's a good striker. So all in all, if you're only a good striker for a small team, then you're not good enough for you to be called a good striker.
Well, I like how you were saying that you're only a striker for a small team. Well, came to Manchester United, played by Inter Milan, has played for Chelsea, has played for Everton, and well, he did considerably have a good amount of game time for all those, and he had a very good, equally amount of goals for those teams. So you're saying he's a small team striker. I I'm gonna say you have a weird bias right there. You said Morata. Morata has a similar CV and pedigree, and you said Morata is a great striker. But with Lukaku, you just drawn the line and said, yeah, he's been playing for small clubs, but you mentioned some of the big clubs that Morata has also played for, like Chelsea. So I'm like, what am I missing here? Why is Lukaku being treated unfairly while Morata is being hailed as probably one of the greats?
No, not that I'm treating Lukaku unfairly, but even for Morata, I said the reason why Morata is not. I for one believe Morata is very talented, but the upbringing in Spanish academies is what's making him not be a good striker. I think I mentioned that. And
Mhm,
similarly to Lukaku, I said what's making him not be a good striker is the fact that he's a small team striker.
mhm,
He's good for small teams, but he's not going to be good for a big team. If you're trying to build a Man City, if you had billions today, or if you bought Manchester United for 4.9 billion US dollars as it is being sold as by the
mhm.
Glazers right now, you Lukaku is not the kind of striker you want to bring in. Like he's not going to win you the Champions League.
I understand. I do understand. I guess at this point, no striker can win anyone in the Champions League unless you're carrying Benzema, because the man is the man in form, and he's not even at this World Cup. So Lukaku has his work cut out for him. I hope he gets fit and can be able to lead his Belgium squad forward, going forward. But hey, good eye though. But overall, what's your
That's
assessment of this game? Seeing that we're in the 75th minute of this game, what is your assessment of this game? An honest
I
opinion.
expected Canada. I expected Canada to come out all guns blazing, but it goes back to what we said. Do they have it in their tanks to do what they did in the first half for 90 minutes? And the answer currently is no, because they're not playing like the Canada we saw in the first half. They're more relaxed, more okay. They're breaking on a counter with Bukana having the ball.
Okay, is that oh
Ah,
yeah, Canada can actually still take this. I believe that cross is coming from Alfonso Davis, so I can get my assist. But yeah, you're right. I think the first half they had more intensity and had more pressing, but those two subs and changes there, Junior and Onana have actually given Belgium a solid base to work with. So I'm assuming that's where the changes have been. Well, bro, this end in a draw or 2-1. Remember what who's this? You remember what Japan did? They actually got their first goal in the 75th and their second in the 80 something minute and actually won the game. I can see that
yeah,
actually going on.
that Japan Germany game. You you fail to understand what actually took place with the German team. It's like they just switched off, and when they woke up, Japan had scored 2 goals and they couldn't score any goals themselves.
Hansi Flick failed you there. His tactical approach to it was probably one of the worst I've seen. He took over from where Akim Low left and just decided I'm gonna destroy this team even more. But I like the way Mola played. Okay, there's a chance by Alfonso Davis. Nothing there.
Bukana kept the ball in.
Okay, Bukayo with the cross, and didn't go anywhere. Is that Alfonso Davis at the back? To be honest, I
Who
like
else
the
is
way
in
kind of
this group? When I look at this Canadian team, I easily see them beating Morocco and Denmark. They might qualify off this group.
was that part of our predictions? Them defeating Morocco and Denmark. Was that part of your prediction?
Nope, we both took Canada last, but hey, we did not know.
Yeah,
We are sorry.
I feel like at the end of these rounds, we should probably go back and reassess what our decision making was because we've seen some of the teams.
Yeah, nah, nah. We we went by those
Yeah.
predictions and we'll die with them. So all I'll say is we'll make a video after the group stage to see how our predictions panned out.
See how our predictions panned out. The Basrai is out, has gone out, has been taken out with one goal today, the goal of the day. And he's brought in Opendia. Is that Opendia? Yeah.
Yeah, let me just get
That's
my
what Martinez.
mosquito repellent.
No stress. Opendia is coming in for Basrai, guys. We've been talking and discussing how this game is going. Don't forget that we have our predictions on the screen right now. Would like to know what your predictions are for this game because you could win something. The predictions could help you win something. Well, probably a sport coming on Afrik football. Me and Mr. Wamba can help you win something. You come on to Afrik football. So yeah, the game is currently in the 78th minute with Belgium leading. Belgium's currently leading this game 1-0. That's a goal from Michel Batshuayi, who's actually been taken out of this game. So would like to see who else. We have some predictions going on, me and Mr. Mwamba, and he's back in the stream. And we're looking at our predictions, Mr. Mwamba. How are our predictions faring, Mr. Mwamba, in relation to this game? Seeing that we had predictions before the game, how are they panning out?
I feel Alfonso Davis not getting that penalty is what killed pretty much all our predictions. Had he scored, I feel everything else would have just worked accordingly. Like probably Belgium would have scored 3 goals by now. Like everything, like KDB would have had an assist. Alfonso Davis would have gone in. Belgium would have
Is
scored.
that a goal? Ooh. That was almost a goal. That was almost a goal. That was a nice cross, a nice header connecting.
Exactly. I feel Cotra's height really helps Cotra.
Yeah, it does help Courtois. I remember the Saudi Arabian goalkeeper. He also has a very good height. If you saw how he was diving onto all those missing passes, you could be like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. So yeah, he does have that kind of height, and I really appreciated that height.
Oh, okay. The Canadian coach.
Looks very young.
Exactly.
Right, there's another
I
change.
guess
Yes.
now you can speak about the changes.
All right. Is that Mila and who else came in? But our boy, our young lad, number 11, for who plays for who we've been talking about has actually been taken off, has been substituted. I'm assuming this is a last dish attempt, and we'll be able to look at substitutions currently on the screen. Alfonso, well, the first yellow card is on Alfonso Davis, guys. When I needed five of those, if I said, oh, both teams are five, both a total of both teams are five yellow cards, I probably would have done very well. But hey, that's me. That's my prediction there. Mila's coming in for uh what is the guy's name? You kept pronouncing it some way. I was like, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I was like,
Buchana.
Buchanan. Buchana. Is that how you prefer? Oh, his name is Buchana,
Yeah,
guys.
that's what the commentators have been calling him.
Yeah, that's Buchanan. You guys, you know this. You know how yeah, how pronunciations are hard when you're from a different region. But yeah, as we were saying, the changes are coming in to basically try and push on attempt. Alfonso Davis has gotten a red card,
If
and
if you
Mhm.
told me before the game started that the possession would be 46-41, I would have never believed you.
Definitely. I remember your prediction was 5-0 in favor of 5-2, or wait, 4-2 in favor of Belgium. I remember you went
Exactly.
all out. Okay, that's there's an attack by Canada. They're coming through with Alfonso Davis in the wing. There's cutting in. Alfonso Davis is cutting in. Frank Ribery. Oh, sorry, Iron Robin. That reminded me of Iron Robin. You know how Iron Robin would always do that one move. Okay, it's going
So
nowhere. I remember
I
how Iron
feel I
Robin would
feel
do that.
Canada just need to get the team together and
They would actually
you
qualify out
know
of this group. Actually, give Morocco a
yeah.
hard time. Okay, this is a chance. Yo,
Okay,
yo,
I,
this.
I must commend I must commend the Donka for putting a solid performance
Oh
at
my
central
God.
defense.
Okay. Belgium has the counter attack. Belgium. Okay, it's probably going nowhere. That's a red card. That's a red card. Okay, two
Yellow.
yellow cards. Guys, we can still get those five yellow cards that I need on the. We get those two yellow cards that I need.
You know,
Now,
if
yeah.
if you're a player right now and you're dropped, you'd rather just get up if you're okay, because these will be you'd rather kill minutes now within the group game, because when the minutes are given at added time, the pressure becomes more.
Oh, wait, was that even like? Oh, that looked clean. Isn't that clean, Mr. Wamba?
Now it's a tackle from behind. It's not clean,
But
even though you get the ball.
he got a
So
bit of the goal.
yeah, you could get the whole ball, but I think if you tackle from behind, it's not clean.
Really?
Yep. All this time
Aye.
will be added on. See,
Yes, all this time we had it on because yo, this guy really went in on him. It's like, yeah, it is a tackle from behind. Looking at it from a different angle, you can see that it is a tackle from behind.
exactly.
I hope he's not very injured because I was looking at Theo Hernandez. Oh, the other Hernandez, he's he basically has lost his spot at the World Cup because he's injured now. So that is what happens when a player
Oh,
attacks you while you're playing this game.
I remember the French game at this point. I was literally dozing, and this Canada game, nah, just had one
It's
goal,
been
but
very. I remember how we were like, we just need to get out of this stream so we can go get some rest. This has actually been a good game. So tomorrow will be
true.
live, guys. For all those who are still in the stream, tomorrow will be live. And thank you for coming in and staying into the stream. We have a few minutes left in this match. It's still 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne with a cross and it's going nowhere. This has been a very entertaining and interesting match. I'd like to see Canada, and I'll generally be following them as they progress as a Canadian team.
True. That's very, very true.
Yeah,
Because
maybe them getting a goal. Yeah,
teams have been teams that have impressed me at this World Cup, Canada, US, Australia, have really been really been
I,
impressed.
I don't like how you haven't talked about Saudi Arabia after they did the unthinkable.
Oh, okay. You see, for Saudi Arabia, I get to see them at the World Cup every now and then, but then for Canada, USA, they're not regulars at the World Cup. Okay, they are regulars, but
Mhm.
it's not every World Cup they make it to. So how they've played so far, they're not known as footballing nations. Like you think of
Mhm.
Canada, you think of hockey, you think of the US, you think of basketball, you think of the NFL, you think of NASCAR. But to see that the footballing teams have also improved massively is is nice, like
Is that a goal with Davis? Ah.
ooh,
It's Larian who almost got a goal. It was Larian who almost got a goal. Yeah, Mr. Wamba. Whoa, our predictions are up on the screen right now. We said Canada to score first. That one has fallen off 0 points. Belgium to score 3 goals in the second half. I don't see it. That one also 0 points. KDB with an assist. No assist by KDB. 0 points. Alfonso with the goal. 0 points. Mr. Mwamba is wrapping this this game up with 0 points. Very I if I said I well, who would have predicted? I did predict you'd get 0 points. That's okay. We're gonna look at my end. Alfonso Davis to get an assist. There's still hope he can get an assist, guys. The game is not yet over. It's still 0 points though. Belgium to score a header. Did Batshuayi score a header? I'm pretty sure Batshuayi scored a header. Well, apparently not.
nope,
So 0 points. Oh, okay. Then Canada to get 5 yellow cards. We've gotten two. I think we should give me half a point there for getting 2 yellow cards.
nope.
Still 0 points.
That's supposed to
Canada,
get your prediction right.
yeah, in Canada to score first. That one has failed completely. So, Mr. Mamba, 0 points for today. How do you feel about this prediction?
I feel it's the first day we've done the predictions, and
Uh,
yeah, come tomorrow we'll probably make better predictions. And
mhm.
I just feel with the way Canada has played, they've been exceptional. Um, we would have never predicted anything right because of Canada's good performance today. So yeah, that's why I can say like all thanks to Canada.
Is it go? Is it chance? Oh, Canada's probably going to
Okay,
capture.
you need to give it to the Belgium center backs like for this second half performance. They've played really well. What's up? Is that a penalty
What is
check?
Saskazu doing? Oh my god, it's happening. It's happening. Saskazu is doing another weird thing again. Yeah,
Does it does it think
Woo!
the game is done? Well, at
That's what
least
I was
it's
thinking.
past
I was like,
35 minutes.
yeah, it was past 85 minutes. So yeah, we still have a bit more time. Let us go. Come
I'm
on.
sure
Come on.
if he puts 6 minutes at a time and it's 96, you'll be like, I might be 85 minutes, so let me just give it a few more seconds just to,
For it to marinate.
exactly pass that
All
side.
right, Alfonso Davis. Okay. No go. I feel like our predictions. This has been a very good prediction game, someone. But so we're currently all sitting at 0-0. We're tallying this up and to show the people that we got 0-0. But
Mhm.
tomorrow, I think if I can have all your predictions between midday, that would be a very good thing. We can post our predictions as well as the game starts, and we'll always be reviewing them at the end of the day. That might be also a thing.
No problem. I'll definitely send over my predictions before midday.
I can't wait to see Brazil perform tomorrow.
It's coming home. It's coming home. It's coming.
Football's coming home. It's coming home. Dun, 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 dun. Nothing.
That's a poor cross.
Yeah, that was a poor
How many
corner.
minutes of
Again.
added time do you think the ref will add?
Five. I don't think there's many stoppages. I think five should be reasonable.
I feel after that player went down 7 or 8.
That is true. Actually, I
Yeah,
actually forgot that the guy actually did go down after that tackle from behind. I actually forgot that.
yeah. So great is
Lukaku,
Romelu Lukaku.
Bolingoli.
Exactly.
Okay, we're almost at the end. So gotta see how much. Okay,
Three
Belgium
on
has an
three.
attack. 3 on 3. Is that a head injury? No, it's a
No,
corner kick to to Belgium, of course. Roberto Martinez. Dun, 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 dun.
five.
Football
Oh,
comes
you
home.
were correct.
See, I was correct. Five. It wasn't. There's not much that actually went on. So five seems very reasonable. I'm assuming Belgium has been winning 2-0 is BC Games. It was BC Games' prediction, but the closest to 1-0. But Canada can still get that one goal and redeem some of us. But our predictions are probably all wrong now. Mr. Wamba saying Canada getting three. There, no, saying Belgium getting three, not going through. KDB with an assist. Unfortunately, I didn't go through. Alfonso Davis with a goal that didn't pan out. And oh, of course, Belgium did score first, so Canada isn't. Yeah, okay, all right. Sure, that was a chance for a bicycle kick. Why did no one go up for a bicycle
Ah,
kick?
Belgium are now playing like a small club. Like the Courtois is
Time
literally
wasting.
sleeping.
They're doing some time wasting.
Exactly. Belgium won, Canada zero. Let's see, who won the previous game? Spain. I remember me. Oh, okay. Um,
Mm.
what was the early kickoff today? Uh,
What was it? Which one?
Croatia.
Yeah, Morocco, Croatia.
Uh, I guess never, as the famous saying in gambling goes, never trust the early kickoff.
Was that a handball?
I highly doubt. Trossard
Never trust
is
any
up.
people. Trust that is going on the counter. I'd never back the early kickoff, guys.
Hey,
Yo,
I
but
was listening. I was listening to the
mhm,
Sky commentator. He was
mhm,
saying the Argentina game started at 7 a.m. in Argentina and ended at 9. Like people were miserable at work in Argentina. Like the whole day was destroyed yesterday.
and the Saudi guys were chilling today. They had a holiday, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving in America. So yay, why not?
Oh yeah, tomorrow Thanksgiving, Friday Black Friday.
Yo, what are your Black Friday plans? Any football jersey plans for Black Friday, Mister Wamba?
I haven't thought of that. Had you not talked about Thanksgiving, I would have probably not thought about Black Friday. But I know Afrik Football is having a promotion on Black Friday of football jerseys, so
Mm-hmm,
you probably want to visit the Afrik Football store for football
mm-hmm,
jerseys. You can probably find that store on Facebook at Afrik
mm-hmm,
Football, or just write them a message. Facebook, be it YouTube, you could even write in the comment section below, be it Instagram, just write and they'll respond.
yeah, definitely. We have most of the World Cup jerseys in whatever size you want them to be in. Or two, well, 1 more minute left to play. Is Mr. Skazu going to blow the whistle now, or is he not going to blow it now? That's something I'd like to see.
I'm sure before he blows the whistle, he'll probably even have to ask the VR guy, like, hey guys, should I blow the whistle?
Yes, because he's been coined the world's most controversial referee. And I like the comments, however, is defending him. It's like it's not the most controversial. How controversial was he?
Sad that Canada are going to lose this game. I should have
Yeah,
really,
I feel like Alfonso Davis will feel like he let his people down.
I know that sucks.
Yeah, and you're the star player and you missed the one. All right, guys, we are probably, oh, we are not probably, we are at the end of this game. I don't think much can happen. So we're going to dive directly into our post match with Mr. Mwamba right here on the screen with, yeah, the game is over. Game has ended 1-0 in favor of Belgium. Bashwai with the solitary goal. Well, Alfonso Davis missed the penalty, which should have given us. Well, let's just look at our predictions just to confirm for the rest of you guys what we had predicted and how it panned out. Mr. Wamba, so we're just gonna do a quick run through of our predictions. Mr. Wamba said Canada to score first goal. Well, they did not. Belgium to score 3 goals in the second half. That didn't happen. Kevin De Bruyne to assist didn't happen. Alfonso Davis the goal also didn't happen. I said Alfonso Davis to get an assist did not happen. I said Belgium to score a
That
header didn't happen. I said Canada to get 5 yellow cards definitely did not happen. Canada to score first did not happen. So we have 0-0 points as it currently stands in this prediction battle. So now your thoughts on this game, Mr. Wamba, hit us with the good news.
I feel Canada will make it out of this group, and I'm actually very happy to see North American teams playing well at this World Cup because it's a continent that most people are overshadowed. Because I feel they come in like last when it comes to continental football. We've had South Korea make a semi-final. We've had the African teams have done at least one or two things in the quarterfinals. Ghana,
Mm,
Roger Miller with Cameroon,
mm,
Senegal, but North America just hasn't had that kind of thing going on. So
mm,
all I'll say is I'm happy that the North American teams are turning up at this tournament. And my fair assessment of the game is Belgium didn't deserve to win this game. They won it,
mm,
maybe on experience, but moving
mm.
forward, Belgium are not going anywhere in this tournament.
No, I definitely do understand you saying Belgium are not going anywhere in this tournament. Um, I don't think that if Belgium made some of the better teams, they'll go anywhere, and that's true. That's a very fair assessment. Canada deserve better. Canada deserve to win this game. Alfonso Davis, even just a draw would have been good for Canada. Unfortunately, Alfonso Davis failed to get that penalty converted, and that's what you get for giving a player who generally never takes penalties at his club to be the decisive penalty taker. So unfortunately that happened, but hey, it always gets better in the footballing world. But yeah, any other last comments for this video before we do wrap it up?
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're 5 subscribers away to 11,000. So just make sure you find 5 guys. Anyone with 5 guys who can subscribe for like soccer, bring those guys to Afrik football. Make sure you subscribe. And tomorrow we'll be running all the games live. Like we always have this live thing because during the day we're at work, we're working, but we care about you guys, the community, the fans. So we put this tracker and we put proper English commentary for you guys to catch up whilst you're at work. You could be listening to the commentary of the game.
Mm. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who came to the stream. Thank you for the comments, BC Games, Mr. Fury. Remember to like and subscribe. We're after football and we like doing this content for you guys. See you in the next one, which is tomorrow. We'll be doing another live stream. Bye bye.